Deep in the heart of Texas, we bring you to Brahma Land, NYTEX Sports Centre, home of the Lone Star Brahmas, as it's a Saturday night tilt between some of the South Division's fiercest rivals, as the Lone Star Brahmas host the Amarillo Wranglers here tonight. Hi everybody, Guy Chiarenza bringing you into tonight's game on the Wranglers Hockey Network. We're happy to have them, as it's the defending champions hosting the Amarillo Wranglers here today. Amarillo enters the matchup with a record of 9-8-0-2, 20 points on the season, currently sitting in fourth place in the South Division, tied for third with Shreveport. They have lost their last two, and they look to turn things around here today against the defending champion Lone Star Brahmas, who are off on the right foot to defend their title. Picked up a big win yesterday and are currently riding a 4-game winning streak with a record of 13-2-0-1. They've got 27 points on the season, and they've once again found themselves at the top of the South Division as they currently sit in first place, 2 points ahead of Corpus Christi. So last time out, we were in this building Friday night just a day ago, and it was the Lone Star Brahmas taking care of business with a 5-0 win over these Wranglers. And now, for most people, you look at the 5-0 score and you look at the box score and you say, well, that game got out of hand. And, well, it was a lot closer than what the numbers might suggest. For the Wranglers, it was their first time being shut out all year, and the first time they've been shut out since February 24th, which was a 4-0 loss to the Odessa Jackalopes at home. This is a Wranglers team that has found ways to be pesky and at least score a goal in most contests, although yesterday, not the case. And really the story of yesterday's game, and really the reason that Lone Star came away with the victory, is a big night on special teams and a big night from their Swedish players, as Lone Star went 3 for 7 on the power play, including scoring a shorthanded goal and a goal on a 6-on-5 situation on a delayed penalty. For the Wranglers, they went 0 for 5 on the power play and 4 for 7 on the penalty kill. They will look to right the ship in that department here today against a Lone Star team that boasts some of the league's best special teams. And so for Lone Star, showing off the wheels was Elias Kumlin. 2 goals and 2 assists, 1 power play goal, 1 shorthanded goal. He was all over the ice yesterday, and he made his mark as he had a 4-point night in the 5-0 victory for Lone Star. Leo Bergstrom, another Swedish player, 1 goal and 1 assist for him. His goal came on the power play. And August Klassen on the blue line also got in on the scoring, as it's the Swedish trifecta for Lone Star that made the difference. Klassen had 1 goal and 2 assists. Again, his goal on the power play. And between the pipes, it was Jack Spicer getting his second shutout of the season, stopping all 26 shots that he saw. And so for Lone Star, their big guns didn't really need to show up because the Europeans took care of things for them. And so on a night where we previewed Owen Kerr, Anthony Capello, Charlie Masick, the returners for Lone Star, ended up being that they didn't really make a whole lot of noise. And it was Lone Star's depth scoring and play on special teams, particularly the power play, that ended up getting them the victory yesterday. So for Amarillo, they look to turn things around, and I think you got to look at Corson McGuire, who took 7 shots yesterday, had his 9-game point streak snapped in the shutout loss. This is a guy that's been red hot all season long. You look for scoring, you look for him, and you look on his line to Andrew Morton and Grayson Gerhard. For Morton on the season, he has 4 goals and 9 assists, 3 goals and 7 assists in his last 9. And on that line is also number 7, Grayson Gerhard, who leads the team in assists with 12 this season. He's having a fantastic sophomore campaign. As Gerhard, who also had his 9-game point streak snapped yesterday, has 6 goals and 8 assists in his last 10 games. So look for the Wranglers, if they score early, look for it to come from that top line. As we know, it's going to be a physical matchup, as that was pretty much the case yesterday, where we saw a lot of physicality, a lot of battling, and early on, there wasn't a whole ton of penalties called. And as the game went on, as things got more and more physical, looks like the officiating crew, which is the same one from yesterday, tonight, really cracked down on things and started to call a lot of penalties. So for the Wranglers, the keys to the game: stay physical, bring that energy to this game, make life difficult for the Brahmas. If they're going to come away with the victory, make them earn it, make them feel it tomorrow morning. Special teams, obviously, the glaring sore spot yesterday. Wranglers need to fix up the loose ends there and really turn things around on that front. And if they do, and they have a quick turnaround here today, I think we're going to see a much closer game than the result was yesterday, as 5-on-5, the Wranglers had Lone Star locked down. It was a game where every single Lone Star goal was scored on special teams. You look at the 3 power play goals, the shorthanded goal, and then the one on the 6 and 5 where they pulled the goaltender on a delayed penalty. You look at those margins and you think, really, if the Wranglers are able to play a bit of a tighter ship on special teams, they were pretty good on 5-on-5. You're probably thinking about a different outcome if a little things go their way. So Wranglers try and right the ship on special teams. They also need to establish a better presence in the O-zone. Thought in the first period the Wranglers did a really good job of getting pucks in deep, cycling plays around, making things happen, but a lot of the story of yesterday's game, aside from what happened on the special teams department, was the play in transition. This is a Lone Star team that really likes to kind of sit back, play their scheme, play their style, and dictate the pace of the game. Well, yesterday it seemed kind of more of a run and gun style where teams were flying up the ice in transition. For the Wranglers, they can play that kind of game, but I think if they had it their way, they'd rather like to set up shop and take chances towards the goal. So create traffic out in front. It's going to be one of those games where Lone Star has some really good goaltenders, so they're going to get some really good goaltending. Got to make life difficult in front of them, get some traffic out in front, get some screens, take some shots from the line. And watch out for Sal Serrato, the reigning South Division first star of the week. He's dangerous on the blue line. He can make plays happen. Watch out for number 9 for the Wranglers today to maybe quarterback things from the blue line. So it's a good one on tap between the Wranglers and the Brahmas. 4th meeting of the season between these two. And it is the final game at NYTEX Sports Centre of the season series before the Final Four will be played at the Budweiser Bullpen. And so we get set on a Saturday night here in the heart of Texas, North Richland Hills, NYTEX Sports Centre, the venue. And when we come back here on the Wranglers Hockey Network, we will have the starting lineups between these two clubs. It's the Wranglers and the Brahmas for the 29th time from our local sponsors. This is the Wranglers pregame show on NATV and YouTube.
AMA Techtel is just first rate. We had a flood here last year. We don't have any internet. We don't have any phones. We have nothing. By the time I got from my house to downtown, AMA Techtel already had a crew of men there. I can't imagine doing business without AMA Techtel. They're that important.
Y'all, I finished the cereal yesterday, and today the box is full again. Same with the milk. Yesterday this was basically empty, and today it's full again too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's wild.
Must be magic.
No lines, no waiting. Just quick and convenient grocery shopping. It's not magic, it's delivery from United Supermarkets.
With a plus 10 on the season, we get the start at left wing for Lone Star. Tess stands at 6'1", 185 pounds, and is a native of Chicago, Illinois. Tess on the season has 4 goals and 5 assists in 16 games. Down the middle, it's number 23, Camden Pryor, who had his 3-game point streak snapped yesterday. Standing at 6 foot even, 185 pounds, the Florida native on the year has 8 points in 14 games. And to his right, number 16, Ryan Kamashok, who scored the goal on the delayed penalty yesterday. We'll start at right wing, wearing number 16, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds, the Vermont native on the season, having a good campaign with the Brahmas, with 8 points in 16 games in his 3rd year with Lone Star. After he spent most of last year in the BCHL, he comes back to NYTEX and is having a pretty good campaign with the Brahmas. On the blue line, it is number 58, August Klassen, who had a big day yesterday, standing at 6 foot even, 185 pounds. The Swedish defenseman who's committed to UMass Lowell had a goal and 2 assists in yesterday's affair. Klassen on the season has 9 points in 14 games. He'll be paired up with returner number 5, Zach Rizzo. Stands at 5'11", 170 pounds. The native of Atlanta, Georgia, will round out the starting 5 skaters for Lone Star. And between the pipes, yesterday it was Jack Spicer. Tonight it is number 30, Ryan Cameron. Young guy, already committed to college, to go to Boston College, as Cameron, just 17 years old, has played 2 games. It'll be his 3rd tonight. 2-0 record, .5 goals against average, a .982 save percentage, and that is because just a couple weeks ago he shut out the Corpus Christi Ice Rays at American Bank Center for his first shutout of the season. So we know it's always going to be a task to crack whoever's between the pipes for Lone Star on any given night, and tonight the puzzle to solve is young Ryan Cameron. The Brahmas are led by head coach and general manager Dan Wildfong, and the assistant coach is Logan Murphy. And so with that, let's get to the starting lineups for your Amarillo Wranglers. And getting the start today at left wing is number 44, Trace Day, standing at 6'4", 215 pounds. The native of Mesa, Arizona, having a great sophomore campaign with the Wranglers. 5 goals, 3 assists for 8 points in 14 games. As Day looked really good yesterday, was making his presence felt, particularly on the 5-on-3 chance that the Wranglers had in the second period. Just couldn't find a way to get the puck past Jack Spicer, who made a series of really insane saves to deny the Wranglers there, but Day had some good looks. I got a feeling that he's going to put the puck in the back of the net tonight, so watch out for number 44 for the Wranglers. His center tonight, number 39, Carl Jacobson. Swedish forward for the Wranglers, standing at 5'10", 180 pounds. Jacobson on the season has 3 goals and 4 assists for 7 points in 19 games. He's been pretty good against Lone Star, 1 goal and 1 assist in 3 games against the Brahmas, just like his right wing tonight. Starting forward, number 74, Alexander Olislov, also a native of Sweden, playing with his fellow countrymen, stands at 5'10", 183 pounds. Olislov on the year has 2 goals and 4 assists for 6 points in 17 games. And he also, just like Jacobson, has 1 goal and 1 assist in 3 games against Lone Star this season. So those 3 will get the start for the Wranglers in the forward position. On the blue line, it's number 4, Ashton Breyer, a native of Mound, Minnesota, standing at 6'5", 195 pounds. Gets the start at left D. Breyer on the season has 3 assists in 18 games and has been really sound defensively for the Wranglers this season. He'll be paired up with number 5, Will Sinclair, the native of Erie, Colorado, standing at 6 foot even, 185 pounds. Sinclair on the year has 5 assists through 19 games, coming off a season with the Pueblo Bulls of the NCDC, where he had 37 points in 51 games. And so those are the starting 5 skaters for the Wranglers. And yesterday, between the pipes, it was Charlie Zolan. Tonight, it is Charles Antoine Girard getting the start for the Wranglers today. Girard stands at 6'4", 174 pounds. The native of Quebec, Canada, is still in search of his first win as a Wrangler this season, as in 6 games, he has a record of 3-0-1. 3.76 goals against average and an .886 save percentage. Last time we saw him start a game was all the way back when the Wranglers played the Shreveport Mudbugs at Hirsch Coliseum, where he stopped 26 of 30 shots in what was a 4-2 loss. And so that's the starting lineup for the Wranglers, as they are led by head coach Taylor Harnett, along with assistant coaches Brandon Richardson and Connor White. As the Wranglers and the Brahmas both hit the ice for tonight's action, Wranglers wearing a blue jersey with white numbers and professional red trim. They will skate from left to right. Brahmas wearing a specialty jersey to honor the Navy. It is a gray jersey with blue accents and white numbers. They will be skating from right to left. And so now that we've set the stage for our matchup here today, that'll do it for Wranglers pregame live from NYTEX Sports Centre. Coming up next, pregame festivities and the national anthem as the Lone Star Brahmas announce their starters on the ice and the Wranglers get set to do battle. It's worth noting that Girard not coming into this game cold, as he has come in relief for Charlie Zolan a couple of times in the last few weeks. Girard most recently came in about midway through the 3rd period yesterday. He's got about 10 minutes of playing time. We'll see how he fares here tonight for the Wranglers. Now it's time for the national anthem, and when we return on the Wranglers Hockey Network, first period puck drop from NYTEX. Thank you for listening to Wranglers pregame live from Lone Star.
again, if we could have the captains from tonight's ceremonial puck drop. As the Brahmas are wearing their special edition Air Force jerseys, it's Air Force 9 here at Brahma Land. I'd like to introduce John Ottery, native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to NYTEX Sports Centre. Wranglers and the Brahmas getting set to face off for the 4th time this season and the 29th time overall in the two teams' history. Amarillo is 18-15, 2-3 versus Lone Star all-time. They'll look to turn that 8 into a 9 and head back home to take on the Rhinos next weekend with 2 points in their back pocket. Ryan Cameron getting the start for Lone Star today. His 3rd start as a Brahma, has won his previous 2. Across from him tonight is number 1, many various members of Wrangler Nation. We thank you for making the trip, and to all of you back home, thank you for joining us for the latest edition of Wranglers and Brahmas. I believe earlier I said that the Brahmas were wearing jerseys to honor the Navy. They just coming off a game yesterday where I thought him and his line played pretty well. Same line that you see out there right now on your screen if you're watching on NATV. Day, Jacobson, and Olislov. Thought they were pretty good in terms of making noise, really getting things going in terms of speed, but ultimately on a day where the Wranglers got shut out, going to need a little bit more from them and the rest of the lineup. As the Brahmas pound the puck down off the faceoff. So from the Wrangler end, Day on the far side wall this time, tries to jolt it out of his own end. Brahmas with authority from the far corner, send it up to the line. It's Klassen for a shot, and Gerard snaps it up for his first save of the contest. And time will stop 34 seconds in, and we get our second whistle of the night. So for Gerard, in the games that he's played, he's looked very sharp, but for whatever reason it may be, still has not found his first win as a Wrangler this season. I feel like he's on the cusp of it. In a day where the Wranglers are going to need some big stops, some good goaltending. Gerard's going to have to bring his A game against a very tough Brahmas team. As the puck will slip deep into the Brahmas end, Eisenberg will wheel it across to the far side, intended for Kerr. It's picked away by the Wranglers as McGuire goes to work in the far corner. Jostling him is Capello. And finally, all that pounding from Lone Star is able to beat McGuire away from the puck. They'll stash it down deep into the Wrangler end as Kerr works against Hedquist. Wranglers able to snap up the puck, and hoisting it to the neutral zone is Andrew Morton. Puck will settle down. It'll go over the glove of Gerhard and into the hand of Serrato. They'll backhand the puck to Gerhard on the right wing. He'll spin away from some pressure, look for reinforcements as he sauces the puck beneath the goal line to Morley Phillips. He'll feather it over to the far wing. Gerhard trying to hem the puck in. The Brahmas are able to slam it out to center ice, and now a puck battle ensues in front of Dan Wildfong and his group at the Brahma bench. Wranglers shake the puck free. It's Skeltons over to the left wing for Crew Hannes. Texas native from Highland Village looks to get to work. Down low, Miller feeds it up top for Skeltons. The Latvian plays it back to Miller in the near corner. Twisting and turning, rides his way up the wall, looks to center, and out in front was Phillips, but he couldn't tap it in. Puck in the far corner as Hannes gets sent down to the ice. Stay 5-on-5 as Hannes back up on his feet, leaves it for Phillips in the corner. He'll send it to the middle. Skeltons will shoot, and it's blocked by Pikkanen. Puck battle on the near half wall. Hannes in the thick of it. Tries to shake it down. A couple of Brahmas are there. Wranglers join them, and Lone Star is able to swindle the puck away. Keeping it in at the left point is Pipinen. He'll wheel it around to the near corner for Miller. Takes a chop at it, can't return it to Skeltons at the right point, and motoring ahead is Pikkanen for the Brahmas. They'll level it off the near wall and all the way down as Lone Star gets a line change. Phillips will spank the puck out to the neutral zone where it's fielded by Constantine Andrews. Now Lasker, his first game of the series, tries to cut towards the middle. Wranglers are able to box him out. Puck in the near corner is tipped over to Sinclair, who stations behind Gerard. 16:55 and counting left in the first period. Both teams just one shot on goal so far. Nolan Davis making his first appearance of the weekend will tip the puck in deep. From the near corner, Lone Star able to pivot out the center. As they'll knock it off the near wall to Vladimir Sable from the circle, plays it across, and it's just out of the reach of Andrews, who was streaking in. And so it'll be gathered by Breyer, deep in his own end. The Minnesota man looks to play it up, flubs off a stick, and Lone Star on the attack will work it in deep. Pass is picked off, intended for Tess on the near side. Wranglers able to pummel the puck out to the neutral zone where the Brahmas return the favor. It's Sinclair over to Breyer. Has some open space on the left wing. Will sauce it up ahead into Brahma territory, where it'll be fielded by the Brahmas. Moving up ahead is Pryor. To the right wing, he's got Tess. Makes a move, goes around, head twist, centers the puck, and Gerard will swipe it away to the near corner. Day feeds it over to the left wing for Hedquist. Wants to hit a home run pass to Olislov that's flagged down by a Brahma in the neutral zone. And we get a whistle for an offside on the Wranglers. 4:15 into the first.
Fans, if you got a pest that's been bugging you, whether it's a cockroach, ant, spider, mouse, or even a mud bug, the professionals at Portera Pest Control can catch that bug and kill it for you. Take care of your pest control.
Faceoff will be to the left of Cameron. And for Ryan Cameron, just 17 years old, already committed to go play at Boston College. So I think that speaks volumes about what kind of goaltender he is. Wranglers tested him early, but have not gotten another shot on goal since about the first minute of the period. They'll get to work here as it's a puck battle on the near half wall. They'll jockey for it. Everybody trying to spear that puck away, and the Lone Star Brahmas are the ones that are able to do so. Rumbling down the right wing is Kerr. He'll gain the blue line, pass it to Capello at the circle. He gets cut off by Serrato. And from skate to stick, he gets it to the line, but not out. Andrews a shot, traffic out in front. Scramble for the puck, and skating free with it is Jacobson. Although we have an arm raised, and it looks like we're going to get our first penalty of the game. And it's a high sticking call on Hayden Hedquist with 15:09 left in the first. So, on a day yesterday where the Brahmas went 3 for 7 on the power play, they bumped their power play numbers all the way up to 20.6%, 11th best in the North American Hockey League. Wranglers penalty kill, 77.7% on the season. And so off the ensuing faceoff, the Wranglers bump it up to the line, but it's held in by the Brahmas as Pickenen darts towards the left side, feathers it up to the left point for Klassen. They'll move it across. Kumlin delays, back to Klassen. Now on the left side, he has Bergstrom. They'll play it back to Klassen at the line. Exchanges with Pickenen, and on the left side again, it's Kumlin for a shot. Save made by Gerard. Wranglers sweep it to the far wall. Klassen now, back up at the line. They'll walk it over, take a shot. It's blocked by Gerhard, and Breyer will pound the puck all the way back down for a Wrangler clear. And so this Lone Star power play red hot. As we saw yesterday, they have scored a power play goal in each of their last 7 games. Wranglers looking to solve the puzzle here and shut down this hot Lone Star power play. Good play there from Skeltons to bottle Capello up at the blue line, and so far so good for the boys in blue. They've already shaved off a minute on the penalty to Hedquist, with the Brahmas regroup and reload. Komashok drops it off for Capello. Now Masick at the line. Deals it to the middle. Cutting towards the net was Kerr. And breaking it apart was Finnish defenseman Heikki Paipinen. From the right wing now, it's the Brahmas. Again, Capello stops. Moves to the circle. They'll quickly get it back up to the line. Now Tess has it. Plays it to his partner in Komashok. From high to low, they shoot. And from a sharp angle, it's Gerard making a stop. And the Wranglers able to clear. 23 seconds left on the penalty. Maybe one last chance for the Brahmas here. He's knifing his way through the neutral zone as Tess gains the blue line, stumbles, gets it to the right wing for a quick shot that is turned away by Gerard. That was taken by Masick. Now it's Tess from the near half wall. Down low from Masick, tries to tip it in, goes across, and flubbing on a shot was Capello. He gets the puck back on the right wing. Shot from the circle is denied by Gerard. And with a series of quick saves, the Wranglers are able to get the kill. So 7 minutes gone by in the first. It remains a scoreless game. Although on the forecheck, Brahmas being pesky, force a steal. Centering pass, they shoot, and it goes wide. on a chance from Zdeněk Dobes. Andrews on the left wing, plays it to the half wall, feed to the middle for Sable, and there's Gerard again with a big glove stop with 12:43 left in the first. So Charles-Antoine Gerard didn't have a whole lot to do in the waning moments of yesterday's game when he came in for relief. He has been quite busy to start this one. Helps the Wranglers get the kill on the game's first penalty, and a couple extra chances from Lone Star in the following moments as he denies Andrews on a long shot. Blockers the puck to the near corner. Now a try from Marshall goes off a stick that was Gerhard's and into the netting for another stoppage with 12:34 on the clock. And so the shot count as it stands right now, 4-1 in favor of Lone Star. And this is a Brahmas team that does not get outshot very often. They've only been outshot 3 times this season, and one of them being to the Wranglers in what was a 2-1 shootout loss. And Gerard did play in that game. As Dobes whacks it out of play. So we get another whistle again about 10 seconds after the previous one. And both teams will take this moment to get a line change in. And for Gerard, that was quite the game that he played in. Really gave the Wranglers a chance to win, as Lone Star got some really good chances on a night where they didn't outshoot their opponent, which again is rare. Doesn't mean Gerard didn't have a lot to do. Made some highlight reel saves. In fact, I think I did use some of those saves for the Wranglers highlight reel at the Budweiser bullpen. He was phenomenal that game, but Wranglers just couldn't come away with the win in a 7-round shootout. As Olislov enters the zone, wanted to play it across for Jacobson. Pass is picked off by the Brahmas. They try and charge upwards. They are met at the scorer's table. Battle ensues. Brahmas whack it into the near corner, and it's Pikkinen rolling it around for Bergstrom. From the far corner, he meets Patrick Whited, who makes his first appearance of the weekend. Wranglers able to jumble it out to the blue line, and Jacobson, in a hurry, tried to tap it forward. The Brahmas will just plug it back down and get a line change. Skelton's long toss off the stick of Phillips. He gathers it from center circle. Looked to connect with Day on the right wing. Did not go. And so the Brahmas in open space will move up to the blue line. Serrato handles it. Will backhand it towards the middle. Ping-pongs off a couple of skates, and Day will just hammer it down and go to the bench. On the forecheck, it's Morley Phillips. Losing the race to 2 Brahmas that were there. Phillips almost creates a turnover, being in the right spot at the right time, but it is Lone Star able to swarm the puck and roll out to the neutral zone. It's picked away by Hannes. He'll connect with Miller in the middle. To the right wing, he has Phillips back across, and the pass hits a man out in front. And now Breyer from his own blue line will lob it up ahead. Phillips stands up Rizzo at the Brahma blue line. It's the kind of physicality we saw yesterday, and we knew it wasn't going to go anywhere today. Lone Star on the right wing, it's Kerr. Drop pass from the circle, takes a shot, and that one is flubbed away by the Wranglers defense. Brahmas moving again from high to low. Kamashok bottled up nicely by Serrato. Wranglers deal it out to the neutral zone where Miller streaks ahead. Gonna try and cut around Eisenberg. Is forced into the far corner. Puck is chipped away. Divine Apollon throws a big hit as Owen Kerr shrieks down the right wing. Kerr on the backhand gets sent down by Nolan Davis as the Wranglers emerge with the puck. It's Serrato zipping it across for Sinclair. They'll cut towards the middle, get upended by Masick as the puck goes beneath the Brahma goal line. 10 minutes left in the first period as Lone Star gets a clear. Race for the puck, no icing as Pipinen gets there first. They'll quickly whip it around to the right, to the far side, and all the way back out to center. Brahmas again getting to work in the offensive zone. They'll center for a quick shot by Marshall. That's blocked nicely by Sinclair and skied into the seating area for a whistle and a Wrangler clear.
Fans are thrilled as be to announce that Dent Mechanic Group, a proud partner of your Lone Star Brahmas. Dent Mechanic Group has
9:33 left in the first period.
If that comes knocking on your car during this storm season, they invite you to enjoy the game. And remember, for all your hail repair,
Looks like the Brahmas thought we were going to go to our media timeout. That is not the case. So instead, it'll be a draw to the right of Gerard. Wood will take it against Marshall. And Wood does win it. Sinclair behind his net, shiftily moving away from the pressure of Camden Pryor. He'll backhand it to the line and onto the stick of Divine Apollon. Wranglers kick it forward a little bit more, and Lasker gets it for Lone Star. He'll gain the red line, and now Wranglers blue. Pitch it to the right side. Look to return it to Lasker. Around the net it goes. Skeltons helps the puck over to the near wall, where Davis will chop it up to Noah Wood. Wood trying to drive towards the middle. Is cut off by the Brahmas, as moving upwards is Elias Kumlin, fresh off of a 4-point night with 2 goals and 2 assists yesterday. He slithers his way in deep, around to the near corner. It's boxed up by Hedquist. Wranglers trying to rip it away, but Lone Star keeps the puck. From the line, a shot there is directed just wide of Gerard, as there was some traffic out in front of the Wranglers netminder. Puck swirls over to the near side again, and jolting it out to center is McGuire. Bergstrom on his horse enters the Wranglers zone. He'll drift towards his right. Button hook looking for trailers. Fresh off the bench is Tess. Fakes a shot, spins away, finds a trailer. Shot there by Andrews, goes wide. Brahmas have the rebound, and they're buzzing right now. Long shot from the line is tipped, and it settles down behind the cage of Gerard. Morton in open space will arc it to the neutral zone, takes a couple hops, and skips onto the stick of Andrews with 7:57 left in the first. Stretch pass on the money for Kamashok. He'll swindle it to the middle, and the Wranglers are able to come away unscathed as the pass did not connect. Wranglers push the puck out the center, and here in open space with room to roam is Jacobson on the run to the middle, and his pass is broken up by a diving Andrews. Jacobson still applying pressure, wins a puck battle beneath the goal line, now has it in the near corner from low to high. Breiter a shot, stopped by Cameron, and on his second save of the game, he will hang on with 7:21 left in the first. And that'll take us to our media timeout, as it's a scoreless game here at NYTEX Sports Centre. We'll be back after a word from our local sponsors, as this is the Wranglers Hockey Network, presented by Austin Hose.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with FlexTech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, FlexTech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of Quick Connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 PSI, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blowgun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
Scoreless game here at NYTEX Sports Centre. Face-off will be to the right of Cameron, fresh off his second save of the game. Wranglers win it from the line. It's Breiter taking a shot. It's blocked and rolls onto the tape of Anthony Capello, former teammate of Jacob Miller a couple seasons ago. As the Brahmas look to set up shop in the Wranglers' end. They'll poke it over towards the near corner. Wranglers sniff it out. Serrato is able to muscle the puck out to the neutral zone, where it is settled down by the Brahmas. Zdenek Dobes will spin around his own end, trying to escape the onslaught from Olislov. It ends up turning the puck over as the Wranglers have it on the right wing. Olislov now in deep, takes the pass, tries to chip it to Jacobson. Brahma is able to get in front and roll out the center. Breyer from his own blue line plugs it to the right wing for Day. Pass just a touch out of his reach. And so it'll be Klassen to scoop it up behind his own cage. Lone Star leads the shot count 6-2. As Klassen will emerge. Had 1 goal and 2 assists yesterday. He connects with Marshall on the right wing. Marshall tries to play it to the middle. Wranglers get in front. Marshall gets it back, and a shot from the high slot is blocked as the puck tumbles back out to center ice. Marshall gets right back in on the right side. Marshall shoots, and that is gobbled up by Girard with 5:56 left in the first, and we get some nastiness after the whistle. So players come together, have some choice words. Can't imagine it's too friendly, although we are getting towards the holiday season, so we'll just say that they're getting in the holiday spirit. In the meantime, as they draw to the left of Girard, Miller out there with Hannes and Phillips will take this faceoff against Camden Pryor. And Miller will be booted out for Crew Hannes. Hannes wins the faceoff. Patrick Whited will slam it to the blue line, and Lone Star plays it with a high stick, and so we'll get another faceoff incoming here with 5:51 left in the first. And the Wranglers will take this opportunity to get a line change, and so on comes the line of McGuire, Gerhard, and Morton. And statistically, this has been the Wranglers' best line all season long. Ever since they've been paired together, they've made a lot of noise. Of course, McGuire leading the team in points with 20, Gerhard leading in assists with 12, and then facilitating the whole thing down the middle is Morton. And it looks like we got a penalty here on this last sequence, so those three out there to start a power play for the Wranglers with Hedquist and Serrato, make that Day and Serrato, as the Wranglers win the ensuing faceoff. It's Morton to the left wing for Gerhard, centers it for Day, down low, connects with McGuire, as Gerhard has it on the left wing. In the box is Pryor for high sticking, so not the puck was played with the high stick. Instead, it is a high sticking penalty as the Brahmas are able to punch the puck out for a clear. A little over 20 seconds into the penalty. Wranglers boxed down at the line, so they'll have to again retreat to their own end. It's Serrato, as the Wranglers' power play, which is operating at 13.6%, goes against the league's best penalty kill, 91.5%. The Lone Star Brahmas have been pretty stout on the PK as the puck rolls in on Cameron. He gloves it down, and so with 5:02 left in the first and 1:12 on the Wrangler power play, we get a personnel change. Face off in the neutral zone, won by the Wranglers, and pumping it in is Sinclair. It'll roll by Cameron to the left wing. Skeltons has it from the half wall, being swarmed by two Brahmas. He's able to pitch it beneath the circle. Driving towards the net is Phillips. Can he slam it home? No. The Brahmas able to weasel it away. As from the right point, Sinclair keeps it in. He'll angle the puck to the near corner, and now around it rolls to the far side, and Lone Star seeing some open space on the near wing. Will blast it all the way back down to Girard for a clear. 30 seconds to go on the Wrangler man advantage. Their first crack at it in tonight's action, as Sinclair gains the red line, loses balance from his knees. He's able to zip it over to Skeltons, who flings it behind the net where Cameron plays it dangerously. The Wranglers were there. And so you get a pile up there. Skating away from it is Skeltons. From low to high, connects with Sinclair. A bomb from the right side by Hannes is blocked. And feeling the force of that was Kumlin. And Lone Star will clear, and that'll do it for the Wrangler power play. So both teams unsuccessful on their first chance on the man advantage here today. Both penalty kills 1 for 1. McGuire handles it from center circle. Knocks it to the right side for Morton. And looks like that play is offside with 3:35 left in the first. Just a reminder that coming up next on the Wranglers Hockey Network, after the conclusion of the first period, we will have the first intermission report. We'll go over all the events here in the first period. Look ahead to period number 2 and also take a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard. As Gerhardt has it from the red line, he'll wind it in where Cameron comes out to play it. Cameron paddles it towards the near half wall where Serrato has it. He escapes some heat. Play it to Morton. Looks to hem it in. Pass goes across to the left wing, and Breyer was there, but elects not to take a chance offensively and instead gets back into defensive position. The Brahmas will tap it into Wrangler territory. Now on the forecheck, Pickenen looks to steal the puck away from Breyer, but he would not be fooled. The Wranglers hang on. As a series of passes has it on the stick of Breyer to the left wing. Breyer shoots, and that is gobbled up by Cameron with 2:44 left in period 1. And so for a moment, well, we'll hold that thought as Breyer hits the deck after that whistle. On his back end is Rizzo as well, and now both guys back up on their feet. Looks like they'll send them on their way. But in a game where at a certain point Lone Star had the shot count edge 7-2, Wranglers have closed that gap. It is now 7-6 in favor of Lone Star. So draw from the far circle, won by the Brahmas. Rizzo behind his net will flutter it along the far wing. Puck pops up at the blue line and goes onto the tape of Klassen. He'll thump the puck down to Gerard. And the Wranglers will get it out as Divine Apollon from the red line will pummel the puck in. Klassen from the far corner is immediately met by Noah Wood, who rips the puck away. Skelton's a shot. Kick save made by Cameron. And Lone Star again with it. Well, this time lob it to the left point, and the Wranglers keep it in. Davis on the forecheck for Amarillo. Has his Divine Apollon. Brahmas are trying to escape their zone. Wranglers making it difficult, and now a bouncing puck will leap over the blue line and be fielded by Skeltons, who quickly turns back up ice. He will launch it towards Cameron, who keeps the play moving. Brahmas knife their way to center. It's Bergstrom looking to split the D. Drops it back from the right wing. They shoot, and a save is made by Gerard. Loose puck is free. Dampus a shot. Gerard stops it. Doesn't know where the puck is, but it doesn't matter because the Wranglers defense gets the job done. They'll clear the zone, and the Brahmas hammer it right back in. And now loose at the side of the cage. They'll sweep the puck over to the near corner and all the way back out to center circle. 1:17 left in the first period. Still a scoreless game from the shoebox. On the right wing, it's Bergstrom playing it from low to high. Quick shot, kick save by Gerard. Another try is this time easily directed into the near corner by Gerard. Kumlin turns and shoots, and screened out in front. It sneaks in. Gerard never saw it, went right through his wickets, and Lone Star, with 1 minute left in the first, has the game's first score. And guess who? It's Elias Kumlin. Tough series of events for the Wranglers. Seemed like just an innocent shot from the left side. Things align perfectly for the Brahmas out in front of Gerard. And that's a shot where if he would have seen it, he definitely would have stopped it. But there's no way that Gerard saw that one. In fact, that shot was taken right from where I am, looking towards Gerard. Kind of the same sight line, just on the opposite side from what Gerard saw. And from where I was, I couldn't even see Gerard. There was so much traffic out in front of him. And that puck slips by and is the game's first score. It is Elias Kumlin getting on the board for the Brahmas. With exactly 1 minute left in the first. That has Lone Star up by 1. And so the Brahmas draw first blood. They'll whack it back in from the red line as we're into the final minute of the first. Breyer battling against Komashok in deep. Komashok able to wedge his way over to the far corner. They'll move it from low to high for Andrews. Quick shot wide of Gerard. And on the rebound, Hannes will float it out to the neutral zone. Bouncing puck in front of Miller, can't catch up in time. Brahmas jolt it to the red line where the Wranglers reclaim possession. Serrato taps it up ahead for Miller. Pass a bit behind him. Brahmas sniff it out. And so it's Serrato again from his own end to lead the charge. Miller will direct the puck in. Andrews leaves the puck for Dobes. As bouncing puck settles down at the Wrangler blue line, charging ahead is Marshall. He's offside, it doesn't matter, as the horn blew for the end of the first period. And so, through 20 minutes of play, it's the Lone Star Brahmas 1 on a goal from Elias Kumlin, assisted by Denver Dampus, and Kyle Eisenberg. That is the difference so far. We'll talk all about the first period, look ahead to the second, and also take a peek at our out-of-town scoreboard when we come back on the Wranglers Hockey Network for the first intermission reports. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back in 3.5 minutes. From NYTEX Sports Centre, this is the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
And get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with Flex Tech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, Flex Tech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of Quick Connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 PSI, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blowgun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here for you.
AMA Techtel is just first rate. We had a flood here last year. We don't have any internet, we don't have any phones, we have nothing. By the time I got from my house to downtown, AMA Techtel already had a crew of men there. I can't imagine doing business without AMA Techtel. They're that important.
Welcome back to NYTEX Sports Centre for the first intermission report, as it is the Lone Star Brahmas that lead the Wranglers 1-0 through 20 minutes of play. I'm Chiarenza here in the heart of Brahma land, as it's a pretty interesting first period between these two clubs. Pretty close, and it's pretty much what we saw yesterday. A tight first period. Lone Star had a 1-0 lead, and this time, the story's a little bit different. It's not a power play goal that was scored by the Brahmas. It was even strength. In fact, that's the first even strength goal scored all weekend, if you can believe that. After the 5-0 game yesterday, this is the only one that has been scored 5-on-5, and it comes from, guess who, Elias Kumlin. Had 2 goals and 2 assists yesterday. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He scores from Denver Dampus and assisted by Kyle Eisenberg with 1 minute left in the first period. In a game where only 2 penalties called, 1 on each side. Both penalty kills come up big, and so nothing happening on the special teams front for now. That was the story yesterday. For now, as we go into the second period, and the 1 goal scored 5-on-5, and it was a play where, you know, we talked in the pregame show about what the Wranglers might need to do to score here this weekend and what they might need to do to win. Well, we talked about Wranglers needing to get traffic out in front of the goal, take some chances. Really, any shot's a good shot, right? Well, Brahmas must have heard me, because that's exactly what they did on their goal. They were able to work the puck around, and it seemed like an innocent shot from the left side. Didn't have a lot of steam on it, didn't really have a whole lot of force. It was a low liner into traffic, and from where I was at, if you think about it, I'm stationed right on the blue line of that zone. So if you think about it, Gerard sees this shot, and the shot is taken right in my sight line to Gerard. And from where I'm at, I could not see Gerard. I could not see his eyes. I could not see his face. I could only see his arms. And so I can imagine, based off of that logic, that with all the traffic out in front of the Wranglers netminder, there's no way he saw that puck. And it was a low-line drive, like I said. Ends up beating him 5-hole, and it's a tough goal for the Wranglers because they put together a pretty impressive first period, and it's very eerily reminiscent to what we saw yesterday, where, you know, plays back and forth, both teams are getting chances. I feel like the Wranglers played a strong period, and one little slip ends up going in the back of their net, and it's Lone Star that has a 1-0 lead through 20. And yesterday it was the tip-in power play goal from Bergstrom yesterday in the first period that had the Brahmas up by 1. Today it's a screen out in front of Gerard that ends up in the back of the net that has the Brahmas up by 1. And this is a Lone Star team that when they have the lead, it's very, very rare that they relinquish it. As the Brahmas, when scoring the first goal, are 10-2. That kind of goes hand in hand with their record when leading after 1, which they are 8-0 when they are in such instances, just like tonight. And the Wranglers, when surrendering the first goal, have a record of 5-3-0-1, which is pretty respectable, all things considered. And when trailing after 1, the Wranglers are 4-4. So we'll see what shakes out here in the second period. But I thought it was a nice effort that the Wranglers put together in the first, especially after being shut out. But I think the longer the Wranglers go without scoring the goal, the more it's going to impact them, not just in this game, but also mentally. As for the Wranglers, well, the numbers don't lie. It's been a little bit of a struggle for them in terms of scoring, as the Wranglers are scoreless in their last 6 periods. So dating back to the first period against Odessa on November the 8th, that was the last time they scored a goal. It's been tough sledding ever since, and so the look to sneak one by Ryan Cameron here today after getting blanked by Jack Spicer in yesterday's game. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Wranglers approach this game as periods go on, as this game goes on, because statistically this season, if you look at it from an analytics perspective, the first period is the Wranglers' best period. And so they come up empty-handed here today. I mean, just to really give you an idea of what kind of ballpark we're looking at, the Wranglers in the first period have a goal differential of +2, and they've scored 19 goals in the first. That's by far more goals than they've scored in the second and third when they've scored 14. Wranglers are a -8 in the second and a -12 in the third. And a lot of that comes from this recent skid where the Wranglers seem to find their footing one day and then take a couple steps back the next 2 games, and then they right the ship again, get a win, and then 2 steps back. And so for Taylor Harnett's club, who is 3-6-0-1 in their last 10, they've shown flashes of being a very good team, being a playoff team. You know, we think back to that game against Odessa, the last win, when it was 7-5. It was Kids' Day game, and the Wranglers were absolutely buzzing. They were doing everything right, and saw them get back to the basics. Strong forecheck, shots on goal, quick passing, moving in transition. I mean, it seemed like they were doing everything right that day, and puck goes in the back of the net 7 times because of it. But it seems like night in and night out, they've just been inconsistent about getting back to that winning formula and finding a way to put that out, that kind of product out on the ice on a consistent basis from day to day. And so the first period here tonight, very promising. The Wranglers don't score, but they do a lot of good things. I like what they were able to do in transition. I thought their forecheck looked good, and that seems to be the basic ingredient for the Wranglers in terms of getting scoring, getting things going. Again, Carl Jacobson has looked fantastic this weekend on the forecheck. I like what Olislov has done. Miller, Phillips, Day. I mean, these are guys that are getting gritty on the forecheck, creating chances. And we saw the Wranglers take some opportunities from the blue line. We saw Breyer with a couple of shots. Skelton's taking some tries. That's what you want to see from this Wranglers team that, quite frankly, has been struggling to score. And so the best thing you can do when you're in a slump like that, get shots on goal. So we mentioned Breyer. He has 3 shots in the first period. That leads all Wranglers skaters on a day where the Brahmas are out shooting the Wranglers 10-7. And it looks like 3 from Breyer. And that's the leader in the clubhouse. And so all 3 of his shots come on the blue line. And we saw a couple others take some chances as well. A few were blocked, a few got tipped away, but Wranglers aren't going bombs away from the blue line, which is good. And so it seems like they're trying to make life difficult for Cameron. They're trying to get chances from the line. And so really, in a game like this, against a stingy defensive team like the Brahmas, who only allow 1.5 goals per game, any chance is a good chance. And so for the Wranglers, I like the way they've been playing. They're off on the right foot, but something's got to give, and they might need a little puck luck. And think back to Carl Jacobson's last goal in this building. It was a gritty one right on the doorstep. Could see something similar here if the Wranglers are to get on the board soon. So we'll take a break here on the Wranglers Hockey Network. Take another moment to get some messages in from our local sponsors. And when we return, we will take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard and talk a little bit more shop here in the first intermission reports. This is the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
And get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with FlexTech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, FlexTech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of Quick Connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 PSI, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blowgun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy, Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here for you.
AMA Techtel is just first rate. We had a flood here last year. We don't have any internet, we don't have any phones, we have nothing. By the time I got from my house to downtown, AMA Techtel already had a crew of men there. I can't imagine doing business without AMA Techtel. They're that important.
Score is 1-0 Brahmas. Through 20 minutes of play as we get set to start the second period. In the meantime, let's take a peek at our out-of-town scoreboard to see what's going on around the rest of the South Division. Our journey will start at Blazers Ice Center, where the Oklahoma Warriors have just scored a goal to make it a 2-1 game against the Ice Rays. With 4:16 left in the second period, Oklahoma got the upset win yesterday over Corpus, and they're looking to pull off the weekend sweep with a win here today. That's one to keep an eye on, as Oklahoma's been surging up the South Division standings, and Corpus Christi trying to get back to their form that they started in to begin the season, that had them at one point in first place of the South Division. Over at Ector County Coliseum, it is the Jackalopes and the Mudbugs. And looks like Odessa has just scored a goal to make it 3-1 in the second period there with 18:08 on the clock. So Shreveport wins in a shootout yesterday. I believe both goaltenders in that game got a shutout, as it was a 1-0 Mudbug win in the shootout. So what a crazy sequence there. Looks like this game today more wide open at the Jack Shack. Odessa with a 2-goal lead at 3-1. And over at El Paso County's Event Center, that game just getting underway. El Paso hosting the Colorado Grits. We will see the Rhinos next week at the Budweiser Bullpen. Talk a little bit more about that as the night goes on. But that game is scoreless about midway through the first period. And so looking at some other news, looks like the Bismarck Bobcats have a 1-0 lead over the North Iowa Bulls. That game in the second period there. Good friend of the program, Brandon Louisi, on the call there. As the Bobcats are off to a good start at 16-1, 0-1. They currently are cream of the crop in this league. Looks like Wisconsin and the Wilderness are tied at 3 right now. Austin 3-1 over Minnesota. Janesville 2-1 over Chippewa. St. Cloud 2-1 over Watertown. Rochester taking a pounding from Elmira, 5-0 the score there. Northeast defeats Maine 6-2. New Jersey over Philadelphia right now, 5-0 there as well. And in overtime, Johnstown defeats Maryland 4-3. And so that's the current roundup of the sites and scores around the league. If you want the rest of them, we'll take a look at the league website, NAHL.com, or download the app on your mobile device. Check it out for yourself. And so we'll bring you back to NYTEX Sports Center as we preview the second period a little bit more. Special teams so far in the first period, not a whole lot to say about that, although that was the same case yesterday where after one period there was just one penalty called. Today there's just 2 penalties called in the first period, one on each side. Look for this game to maybe get a little bit scruffy. Might see some more physicality as the night goes on, and because of that we might see more and more penalties called and more chances on the power play or on special teams. If the Wranglers are to go back to the power play, watch out for number 44, Trace Day. He is tied for the team lead in power play goals with 3. And he's got a rocket of a shot. Watch out for number 44. He was buzzing yesterday. See what he's got in the tank here today. So far, so good for him. And you also got to watch out for Sal Serrato. He seems to be distributing the puck well from the blue line. He leads the team with 4 power play assists. And so in the first period, not much to speak of in terms of special teams, but things could get headed in that direction. Watch out for those guys for the Wranglers to maybe get things started on the power play. And so that'll do it for the first intermission report. It is the Brahmas 1 and the Wranglers 0 here from NYTEX Sports Centre. We'll be back in 30 seconds for second period puck drop between these two South Division rivals. This is the Wranglers Hockey Network presented by UniFirst.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Wranglers and Brahmas back out for the second period. Lone Star with the 1-0 lead. As we begin the second frame, Brahmas wearing their specialty jerseys. We'll skate from left to right. Wranglers wearing their blue jerseys with white numbers and professional red trim. We'll skate from right to left. I'll paint a picture for your mind's eye on our audio stream. As we thank you for tuning in to the Wranglers Hockey Network. So, good one on tap. Brahmas with a slight lead. Wranglers look to cut into it here in the second. Should be a whole lot of fun. Charles-Antoine Girard stopped 9 of 10 shots he saw in the first period. Ryan Cameron stopped 7 of 7 through 20 minutes of play. It really felt like in the first period the Wranglers didn't get a whole lot of grade A opportunities on Cameron. They'll look to improve that here in the second period, as a lot of those saves for Cameron were pretty routine stops. We'll see what kind of tricks the Wranglers have up their sleeves here tonight. So it's Jacobson against Tess to start the second period. And away we go for second period action. Lone Star off the opening faceoff. Will shuffle the puck down to Girard as the Wranglers get met at the blue line on the exit. Brahmas one too many passes, have the puck intercepted and turned away by the Wranglers. As it's Jacobson getting the job done on the right wing. Beneath the goal line, Day has it, centers it, Oleslov out in front, and a kick save is made by Cameron. So a good chance early for the Wranglers. And there it is, that line of Day, Oleslov, and Jacobson putting in the good work. And here's Oleslov now powering beneath the goal line, keep possession for his team. We'll move it to the right wing for Sinclair. He'll paddle it around to the left side for Breider pinching down. Floats it to the middle. Jacobson gloves it down. Twirls it to Day. Kicks it to the right side. Evades a check. Tries to drive forward a little bit more, but Lone Star able to rip it away and turn up ice. And they do have numbers. Right down the middle is Tess, and it's poked away by Sinclair. Good defensive play there for the Wranglers. Will Sinclair makes the stand. Now it's Morton. Up ahead for McGuire. He'll return it to Morton as he barrels his way down the left wing. McGuire knocks it down beneath the Brahma goal line. Dampus will field it. His father Vincent, NHL veteran, played a lot of games, a lot of points. Won a Stanley Cup with Montreal in '93. As Lone Star, quick to enter the Wranglers zone, is offside. 1:32 into the second. I like that quick start from that Jacobson line. How about the hard work of Alexander Oleslov? I feel like this is a guy that doesn't get enough credit for the effort that he puts in. He's just a very strong player. I mean, he'll go out there, he'll go battle against two guys in deep, and he'll somehow emerge from the pile with the puck on his stick. And he'll do it with one hand, too. Absolutely incredible. On now is the McGuire-Gerhard-Morton line as the Brahmas shovel the puck into Wrangler territory. On the left side, Kerr has it. He'll go behind the net. On his forehand, looks to center. Morton gets in front of the puck and is able to slip it out to the neutral zone. And so Anthony Capello will play it over into the near corner. On the forecheck, Gerhard almost rips it away. McGuire helping out, does. Turnover here, Morton to the circle, and his shot is turned away by Cameron. And so the Wranglers good on the forecheck. We saw that in the first period. Keep up the good work. You get a chance there. Gerhard knocks it in. That line goes off for a change as Lone Star emerges from their own end. Pass in the middle for Masick. On the run, darts to the left side. Masick to the goal, and it's poked away by Gerard. Hannes off the far wall to Miller. We'll settle it down in the neutral zone. Paddle it up ahead for Hannes. Now piping in, looks to return to Hannes. As Kamashot, make that Sable gets in the way. And now he'll turn up ice with Masick. As Sable, button hooks on the near side. Has a man at the line, and Andrews, he'll shoot. Gets blocked out in front as the puck is tipped to the far wall. They'll joust for it. Brahmas spear it beneath the goal line where it is fielded by Pipinen. Another strong player. Has 3 assists on the season. He and his Wranglers will get the puck to the red line. They'll shake it all the way down to the Brahma end wall and go for a change. Lone Star emerging through center. Right down the middle is Lasker. He gets bottled up. Wranglers trying to push ahead. Lone Star in response will snap the puck back into the Wrangler end and go for a change themselves. 16:24 left in the second period as the puck rolls in on Gerard. Zola smother it with 16:23 to go. Good crowd here on a Saturday night in Brahma Lands. Next week we will be back at the Budweiser Bullpen as the Wranglers host the El Paso Rhinos on Friday and Saturday. 7:15 puck drop, 6 o'clock doors open for our holiday markets. I gotta tell you, the holiday market is an event that you don't want to miss. I mean, this is a perfect chance to get all your Christmas shopping done right in one go, and you get to see a Wrangler game. Nothing better than that. So make sure you come down to the bullpen. Get your tickets at panhandletickets.com. Wranglers hack the puck out to the neutral zone right in front of the Brahmas bench. Pushing the narrative is Pickanen on the left wing. He cuts to the goal. Gerard slams the door and sweeps the puck away to boot. Beneath the goal line, Lone Star continuing to keep possession. Hit by Jacobson, wedges a Brahma away from the puck. Sable, make that Kumlin from the far circle, gets it up high for Rizzo, and his shot goes off the stick of Day and into the netting with 15:46 on the clock. And so on comes the Morton, Gerhard, McGuire line, who have been very productive in terms of scoring goals, getting points. Face-off won there by the Wranglers. It's Breyer from the middle, distributing to the right side for McGuire. Tries to snap a shot, it rolled off his stick, and is jabbed up ahead by Kamashok. Off the wall, he connects with Tess. Deep in Wrangler territory, centers, and the pass leapt over the stick of Kamashok. Another chance from Brahmas. It's kicked away by Gerard. Now Serrato will wind the puck into Brahma territory, and that'll be an icing on the Wranglers. 4:42 into the second period. Shot count 12-8 in favor of Lone Star. Brahmas have taken 2 shots here on goal in the second period. Wranglers with 1. Face off to the left of Gerard. Morton to take it and win it. Breyer will leave it for Serrato behind Gerard. And Serrato launches it to the neutral zone, hits a Brahma stick, and they pick it off. They'll tattoo the puck off the end wall, where Breyer gets it back. And again, he'll leave it for Serrato, pass to the neutral zone, this time on time for McGuire. He'll deal it to the right wing, looking for Gerhard, glanced off his stick, and into the possession of the Brahmas. They'll heave it out to center, where Breyer will jolt it up to Morton, as he casts the puck down to Cameron, who's out to play it. Brahmas swirl it on the near side wall. Rumbling ahead is Masick. His pass goes off the shin of Morton, and now he rips it away from Serrato. Masick to the left wing for Kerr, and his shot is a high riser that goes over the crossbar. Gerhard from the near corner has some open space. Stretch pass offline for McGuire. It's another icing on the Wranglers with 14:21 left in period 2. Sable will take this faceoff for the Brahmas against Morton. Morton's been one of those guys that's been pretty good in the faceoff circle so far this season. I don't get any statistics on faceoffs, but from what I've seen, what I can tell, it's been pretty good. Wins that one there. Wranglers jump the puck out of play on the far side, so that stops time with 14:14 to go. Face-off will be to the right of Gerard on the far circle. It is Morton again at the face-off circle, and he wins another. As now Serrato will arc the puck to the neutral zone, skips to Gerhard. Wranglers are calling for a delayed offside. Now they do touch up for the offside. As after the whistle, McGuire draw one by Lone Star. Rizzo has a man on the left wing and Pickenin. He'll twindle the puck into the far corner. Brahmas keep the play moving. Behind the net is Bergstrom on his forehands. Moves up to the high slot and shoots. Puck goes wide of Gerard. Brahmas claim the rebound in the far corner from skate to stick. A puck battle ensues. Everybody trying to get a piece of that puck. Players just digging their skates and sticks into the corner wall. And now coming away from the pile is Miller. He'll feather it up to Hannes. He goes across to Sinclair. He'll stretch it up, looking for Miller, and the pass behind him goes for an icing against the Wranglers with 13:19 remaining in the second frame.
Check out the latest gear from brands like Sig Sauer, Beretta, Olsen, and Magpul. Your sports brand. State-of-the-art indoor shooting, perfect for individuals practice basics or
Face off to the right of Gerard now on the far circle. Pryor will take it against Phillips. Morley Phillips been hot as of late. Of course, no points yesterday, but Phillips, 2 goals and 1 assist in his last 3. The shot is powered over to the near corner. Wranglers lift it out to center, and Miller will settle it down, although he feels some heat from Tess. Wranglers keep the puck, though. He's now from center. McGowan takes a force of a hit from Morley Phillips. Pryor there as well. As teams trade possession in the neutral zone. Morley Phillips throws another check on Kamashok, so he goes to the bench, but not before making his presence felt. From the near half wall, it is the Brahmas slipping the puck free. Dobes at the point, holds, shoots. It's blocked by Hannes. He quickly springs up ice. Hannes distributes to the right wing for Davis, and the Wranglers are offside with 12:27 to go. So it's a neutral zone face-off. Wood will take it with Apollon and Davis. Yesterday, the Wranglers dressed 7 defensemen. Tonight, with Will Welburn out of the lineup, he's been suspended for 1 game. Wranglers are dressing 6 defensemen, or make that 7 defensemen, as Patrick Whited is the extra defenseman. So, Wranglers dressed the extra forward yesterday. Now, they are dressing 7 defensemen, as I get my bearings right. Capello up to the left side. Quick shot off the stick of Pipinen. Settled down on the near side by Andrews. He looks to chip the puck into the near corner. Goes into a bundle of players there. Wranglers knife it away. Andrews from the line takes another shot. This one not enough steam on it. Goes behind the net where Shelton's will deal to Pipinen, and out the center it goes. Right back in is Andrews on the right wing. Takes another shot. Again, not a lot of force. Pipinen there. Wedged off the puck by Sable. Wranglers whacking about, trying to get it out, and they do. It's Skeltons up ahead for Davis. Returns it to Skeltons in the far corner. Takes a man down. Skelton's losing his balance. Puck underneath those two. Now back up on their feet. Wranglers win the puck battle. Look to move from low to high, but It escapes the zone. And so 11-11 left in the second period. Day to Breyer. And now Jacobson on the near side. He'll pitch it to the line, but not out. Brahmas create a turnover. They'll play it to the middle for Lasker. His shot is blocked by the Wrangler defense. Now it's Oleslov. Darting his way into the attacking zone. He'll slip it down, but you get a whistle with 10:51 to go. And what have we here? It's a penalty against Lone Star, as Rizzo will go to the box. And the Wranglers get their second power play of the game. So the Wranglers 0 for 1 so far here today. On the man advantage, Rizzo in the box, 2 for high sticking. And the Wranglers have a chance to tie up the game. Serrano off the draw, takes a shot, snaps it into the far corner. Now at the line, it's Morton. Twirling the puck around to the near side for Day. Met at the half wall by a Brahma. Puck is chipped to Gerhard. Behind the net, McGuire has it. McGuire out in front, and Day's one-timer whistles wide of Cameron. Now down low, it's McGuire. Up top for Serrato. Now Day on the left circle. Couldn't claim the pass from Serrato immediately. And the Wranglers keep possession as it's McGuire beneath the goal line. Up the left wing to Serrato. Return to McGuire beneath the cage. Bouncing puck rolls onto the far wing. Morton from the line over to McGuire at the half wall. Now Serrato, high slot shot, save made Cameron. The rebound is loose. Wranglers trying to stash it in as the puck rolls behind the net, and Gerhard has it in open space. Up top he goes to Serrato. From the left circle, hooks back up to the line, drifts towards his right. Serrato from the right circle gets mobbed by 2 Brahmas. Wranglers try and keep the puck in their favor as they'll get it to the right circle. Day dangling, shooting, save made Cameron. Another try is stopped on McGuire, and the Brahmas clear with 45 to go on the penalty to Rizzo. Wranglers get a personnel change. Brahmas on the forecheck wreaking havoc as time drains off the Wrangler power play. Stretch pass on time for Phillips. He'll tap it into the zone, and the Brahmas are there. They'll try and punch it out. Hits a Wrangler and stays in the zone. Phillips from low to high to Skeltons. On the left wing, holds, finds Sinclair, long shot, save Cameron, and the Wranglers can't bat it in. Skeltons down low to Phillips, centering pass, jumps up to the high slot and escapes the zone. And that'll do it for the Wrangler power play as they are 0 for 2 on the night. And the puck is swatted out of play with 8:47 to go in the second. Lone Star still leads 1-0, but the Wranglers lead the shot count 13 to 15. And so that'll take us to our timeout. This is the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
And get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Still a 1-0 game in favor of the Brahmas here at NYTEX Sports Centre, but off of that most recent power play opportunity, the Wranglers don't score, but they create some chances. Now they lead the shot count 15 to 13. As off a draw, Wranglers try and pound the puck in on Cameron. That was Morton taking that shot. Brahmas netminder has it, and so now the margin is by 3, 16 to 13. Morton wins the faceoff. Breyer from the high slot holds, shoots. Puck goes wide. And now the Brahmas able to exit on the right wing. Lasker finds Marshall up ahead and just a dance away from the incoming heat applied by the Wranglers. And as a result of that, he is offside. So it'll be a neutral zone draw coming here. Morton will take this faceoff against Pryor at the blue line and win it to Gerhard. He'll scamper through his own zone, drop it off for Pipin, who quickly snaps it to the left wing for Breyer. He'll plug it up ahead and all the way down to Cameron, who's out to play it. And he comes way out to play it to the right wing. Ended up colliding with Gerhard, who was just standing there in the corner as Cameron was trying to push the authority. And so, puck all the way back now in the Wranglers' end as Breyer will cast it out through the neutral zone. Rizzo will sail it back in. It rims all the way around to the left wing for Kamashok. Gets bundled up in the far corner. A couple more players join the fray. Puck sneaks away from that pile up, but we got a penalty as Pipinen touches up. It's going to be cross-checking on, I believe, Breyer. Yeah, it is Ashton Breyer that's going to the box, and so Lone Star will get their first power play chance of the second period and their second overall. So 7:46 left to go in the second period. Brahmas looking to add to their lead. Coming off a day yesterday where they scored 3 power play goals. They win the face-off. Lone Star a shot. It's Kerr taking it and Miller blocking it. And up ahead, shorthanded is Phillips on the run, all alone, and the save is made by the glove of Cameron. So Miller with the shot block charges up ahead to find Phillips streaking forward. Looks to go glove hand on Cameron, and he would not be beat. But what a play there from those two. First, Miller to be in the right place to block that shot and then quickly snap his head up, make a play. And Morley Phillips, seeing what's unfolding, able to turn on the Jets and go up ahead. He's really come alive as of late. 2 goals, 1 assist in his last 3. Almost had another one there. Instead, it's a draw to the right of Cameron. And off that face-off, Lone Star emerges with the puck. It is Klassen, who scored a power play goal yesterday. Playing it to the right side for Pryor. Quick pass, and it's on the tape of Pickenen. They'll center it out in front. And Gerard scramble across to make the save, and the Wranglers clear. Klassen meanders to the neutral zone. Knocks it over to the right wing. Bergstrom slips it to Pickenen at the half wall. Now up top, he's got Klassen. Back to Pickenen. Out in front. Pass rolled off his stick, and Oleslov will mail it down for a Wrangler clear. Amarillo getting a personnel change back on is Phillips and Miller. And they're right out on the forecheck, making things difficult for Lone Star. .51 seconds left on the Brahma power play. There's Kamashok. Glides down the right wing. He'll go beneath the circle and around the net. On his forehand, moves it from low to high. Brahma's back to the right wing. It's Capello. Up top to Kamashok. Point to point. Tess down low off the stick of Kerr. Tattooed off the wall, but not out by the Wranglers. And now an extra effort lobs it to the neutral zone. And the Wranglers do clear it. And Miller on the forecheck looks to create a steal. Verdict still out on that. Can't do it, but he does shave off a bunch of time. As Kerr charges up ahead. From the left wing, meets Pipinen. Wranglers fish it free. They send the puck on its way. And that will do it for the penalty. The Wranglers 2 for 2 on the penalty kill tonight. It remains a 1-0 Brahma lead. Now it's Andrews. Bursting down the right wing, meets Sinclair. Puck is loose, Gerhardt has it. Will spin away from Masick, who's out on the forecheck. Reverse it back to Serrano on the near wing. Tries to cut towards the middle. Puck up for grabs. Serrano has it again. And he gets met by a herd of Brahmas. Puck up ahead. It's a breakaway for Lone Star. Sable on the backhand. And Gerard with a huge save. How did he do that? Moving from right to left. Makes the stop. And now up ahead it's McGuire. In deep he goes. Lone Star able to shake it down. Play it all the way to the Wranglers' end for an icing with 4:58 left in the period. My goodness. So shorthanded, Phillips gets the breakaway chance. Cameron makes the stop. Then on that last play, Serrano gets met by a herd of Brahmas, and then next thing you know, Lone Star's got a breakaway the other way. It's Sable, and kicking out the left pad was Gerard. Make a huge save. Offensive zone draw won by the Wranglers. It's Whited sneaking his way to the goal. Pass out in front. And the Brahmas are able to clean up in front of Cameron as they escape the zone. Skeltons to Whited. Now back to Skeltons on the far wing. Floats it up ahead by Olislov. That'll be an icing against Amarillo with 4:34 on the clock. Looks like this faceoff will be to the left of Gerard, who on the night has stopped 14 of 15. Ryan Cameron has stopped all 17 shots that he's seen. Brahmas win the draw. From the near wall, it's Bergstrom jousting against Whited. Now below the goal line, Brahmas have it as they'll center to Bergstrom. Again, forced to the outside, plays it down low to Pickenen. Wranglers keeping everything along the wall for now. As Kumlin on the near side moves it from low to high. Rizzo a shot. It's blocked by multiple Wranglers. And now Olislov will fling it up ahead for Jacobson, who meets Rizzo. Both guys go down. Now the puck up for grabs in front of the scorer's table. And now claiming it in open space is Rizzo. Stretch pass on time for Kumlin. He'll center for Bergstrom. They'll trade places. Bergstrom wraps the puck beneath the goal line. Whited is there to tap it along to the near wall. And the Wranglers able to force it out to the neutral zone. And they grab possession with 3:36 to go. It's Day. Has his pocket picked by Breyer. Breyer to the goal, and a save is made by Gerard. Lone Star on the attack. Kamashot a shot. Goes off the back of a Wrangler. Karam's out the center. Charging ahead is Wood. He'll be cut off by Zdenek Dobes. He'll connect up ahead for Tess. Tess a shot. High riser out of play with 3:08 left in the second.
Nick sells DFW, and that's true, he certainly does. But whether you're a buyer or a seller, you need Nick Vandergast on your team.
And so in the late stages of the second period, it's a tight game here in North Richland Hills. Final time in the regular season that the Wranglers will play in this building. First four matchups of the season series played here at NYTEX Sports Centre. The final four will be at the Budweiser Bullpen. Next one will be a one-off on December 27th. And then the final three in mid-March in Amarillo. As Apollon has it at his own blue line. Turns up ice, looks to fling it ahead. Puck ping-pongs around and Lone Star claims it as Capello. Backtracks to his own end. Lone Star stretches the puck deep into Wrangler territory. Gerard paddles it over to the near wall. Masick centering feed in and out the other side. Rizzo meets Phillips. Brahmas stash it down low in the far corner. They'll feather it to Kerr, and now around to Capello. Centering feed is intercepted by Serrano, and the Wranglers go up ice. It's Divine Apollon fluttering it towards the goal, and that is snapped up by Cameron with 2:20 to go. Drew Hannes will take the draw on the near circle. Hannes back in his home state. The native of Highland Village, Texas, wins the draw. Long shot snapped up by Cameron as he gets the glove out there to make the save on the shot by Sinclair. So upcoming draw will be to his left. Noah Wood will take it. Hannes out there with Wood and Davis. As the puck ends up at the end wall, pile up there. Wood skates a free wraparound attempt. And the stuff-in is denied by Cameron. And now afterwards, you get a skirmish out in front. Bad blood on both sides. One of the bigger rivalries in the South Division between these two. Of course, seems like almost everybody, if you've been following this league since last year, heard about that one game that happened at the Budweiser bullpen where things got, let's just say things got heated. Off the face-off, puck rolls in on Cameron. We get another whistle and another draw to his left. And that game, I think, was the result of the Wranglers and the Brahmas playing, I think it was like 6 games against each other in the span of like maybe a month or so. A lot of hockey between those two. Things kind of just boiled over. This year, the season series much more spread out as they'll jockey for it on the near half wall. Skating away is Andrews. Hannes on the forecheck looks to swindle it away. Instead, the Wranglers create a turnover at center. Davis on the left side knocks it in. Dobes gathers the puck, feels the heat, quickly slams it to the left wing where Pipinen takes a shot. And that is snared out of the air by Cameron with 1:31 to go. So the Wranglers send out their first line again. It's Morton, Gerhard, McGuire with Breyer and Skeltons. Watch out for Skeltons here. If the Wranglers win this draw, he can take a shot from the blue line. Wranglers do win it. Skeltons from the line drifts towards his left. Here's the pressure from the Brahmas and moves it from high to low. Morton gets tripped up behind the net. We stay 5-on-5. At the right point, Breyer has it. Long shot, deflected out in front to the near corner. Wranglers again look to center, hits a few bodies and moves up top for Breyer. McGuire leaves it for Gerhard in the far corner. Backhand, no looking pass is picked away by the Brahmas. Beneath the goal line. Lone Star able to jab it to the wing as we approach 1 minute left in the second. Kamashok lines up ahead. Connects with a man down low, and Pryor will go around the net, look to center. Wranglers going to stick out in front. Puck leaps up into the air between the circles. And the Wranglers defense takes care of things in front of Gerard as they skate it out to center. Lone Star ices the puck with 37.5 to go. So the Wranglers will have an O-zone draw here in the waning moments of the second. The time dwindling away. This faceoff becomes important because if the Brahmas win it, well, then they have possession. They can drain some time off the clock, try and get to the intermission, or they can just play it out of the zone. But if the Wranglers win this faceoff, then you're talking about a situation where you could run a quick set play. Plenty of time. Jacobson, who's been good in the circle this year, will take it. Puck tumbles into the corner. It's loose on the near wall. Jacobson tries to tap it over today, but the Brahmas do get in front and lift it out to the Wrangler blue line. Amarillo will pound it down, and that's an icing on Amarillo with 21.5 on the clock. So now you're looking at a similar situation, just with the roles reversed. This faceoff will be to the left of Gerard on the near circle. So for the Wranglers, that line has to stay out there. It'll be Charlie Masick to take it against Jacobson. And off this faceoff, they're tied up. Capello skates it away and shoots from the high slot. And Gerard sees it through and through and makes the glove save. So 17.7 sits on the clock. Gerard gets a sip of water, gets set for this next play. Wranglers get a personnel change as off go Hedquist and Serrato, and on come Breyer and Skeltons. Puck caroms into the near corner. Wranglers are able to get it out, and bursting ahead is Skeltons. The Latvian with speed plays it to the middle for Oleslav. His snapper goes off a stick and down low. It's Day on the far half wall. He's met by Herta Brahmas at the horn, and that'll do it for the second period. And after the whistle, here we go. We get bodies coming together, tempers flaring. Fans wanting to let them fight. Not this time. So the Brahmas head to the tunnel. The Wranglers will go to theirs. And we'll see if there's any penalties handed out after the whistle. If there are, we'll let you know when we come back. As coming up next on the Wranglers Hockey Network, the second intermission report. We'll recap all the events of the first two periods. Take a look to period number 3. Talk about what the Wranglers need to do to get on the board, tie this thing up, and come away with a win. And take a peek at our out-of-town scoreboard and preview the upcoming matchup with the El Paso Rhinos next weekend, as there's oodles of fun to be had at the bullpen next weekend. All that and a whole lot more coming up next on the Wranglers Hockey Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few.
And get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with FlexTech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, FlexTech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of Quick Connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 PSI, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blowgun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here.
I am a tech-tail. They're that important.
1-0 is the score after 2 periods of play. Lone Star Brahmas with the lead over the Amarillo Wranglers. As I'm Guy Chiarenza, welcome you back to Brahma Land. And you know, it's interesting. Yesterday it was a game where all the talk was about special teams. It was one of the big reasons why the Brahmas won yesterday. A goal on a 6-on-5 on a delayed penalty. I mean, special teams, big factor in why the Brahmas won yesterday's game. Today, you look at what we've got so far. Well, just 2 penalties on either side. Wranglers taking care of business on the penalty kill. That's the difference. And really, you know, for the Wranglers yesterday, you think about every single goal that the Brahmas scored coming on special teams, they had them 5-on-5. They felt like they had them. They felt like they played a really good game 5-on-5. And, you know, things kind of just snowballed downhill on special teams. Otherwise, you know, that game is a lot closer than what it actually ends up being. And I think today is what we would have gotten yesterday if there weren't so many penalties called and, you know, all that sorts of fun stuff in yesterday's game. Well, here today, it's a 1-0 game. The only goal scored in the first period with 1 minute to go. Screened out in front was Girard. Taking a seemingly innocent shot was Elias Kumlin. Ends up sneaking through the traffic, going behind Girard for the game's first and only goal to this point. As getting the assists are Denver Dampus and Kyle Eisenberg. So Kumlin had 2 goals and 2 assists yesterday. Adds another to his total. Kumlin is now up to 5 goals and 8 assists. Or make that 6 goals and 8 assists in 17 games this season. So Swedish forward for the Brahmas has been red hot as of late. He gets the game's only goal, but chalk out right now 22-18 in favor of the Wranglers, who really put in a lot of good work in the second period. I was pretty impressed with what the Wranglers were doing on the forecheck. Thought that was their best offensive period of the weekend so far. And as a result of that, they outshoot the Brahmas 15-8 in the second period. So we talked about in the first period how the Wranglers' first period is their best period. Can they continue to apply the pressure as the game goes on? Well, I mean, it looks like they actually got better in the second period, which is a welcome sight to see for the Wranglers and their fans. And so, again, despite being held off the board, there's a lot of positives for this Wranglers team to build upon through 2 periods. And looks like after the whistle, after the final horn of the second period, the Brahmas were assessed a penalty, as it was Zach Rizzo getting a 2-minute roughing minor at the conclusion of the second period. So you think about what the Wranglers did in the second period and how they've been building up this momentum, building up this good play, consistency across the board throughout this game. Well, now you're looking about a moment where the Wranglers, coming off of rest through the intermission, will get a chance on the power play to tie this game up. And I thought the Wranglers were doing some really good things on the man advantage in their 2 previous tries in this game. I really felt like on that second one that they had some really good looks. Ryan Cameron makes some big saves for Lone Star to keep the puck out of the back of the net. So it'll be interesting to see what the Wranglers cook up here on the power play as they look to get on the board here at NYTEX Sports Centre for the first time this weekend. And this is a very stout Brahma penalty kill, best in the league as it stands, as they have allowed only 5 power play goals all season. And for Lone Star, looks like this is game 17 on the season, I believe. Yeah, game 17 for Lone Star here tonight. Only allowed 5 power play goals. Pretty good figure for the defending champs who look to defend their title. So far, we're off to a good start. And for the Wrangler power play, had a good weekend against Odessa where they scored 3 power play goals. Of course, they get blanked yesterday out of 0 for 5. But again, you can see that this power play, as time has gone on, is getting better and better. And there was a moment where, you know, they started off very hot, they kind of went down a little bit, got back to form, and they kind of went back down, and then now you're starting to see it build back up to its potential. And watch out for Trace Day, watch out for Sal Serrato. We talked about that in the first intermission. I think you also got to take a peek at Corson McGuire, what he's been doing, but I think one of the guys that's been noticeable all weekend long has been Carl Jacobson. I just like what he's been doing with the puck on his stick, even away from the puck. And, you know, we can't talk about Jacobson without talking about his fellow countryman, Alexander Oleslov, as well. Oleslov's a guy where He's not going to be your leading point scorer. He's not going to be that guy that puts up a ton of points. But this is a guy that is going to create chances away from the puck. He's going to create chances with his force. He's very, very strong on the puck, and it's incredible what he's able to do. Him and Jacobson are able to just muscle their way into the zone, rip the puck away from Brahmas. They're able to just somehow one-handed fend off two defenders, keep the puck in the Wranglers' hands. And those are the kind of guys that are super tough to play against. They wear you down. They wear down your defense. And in a game like this where the margin is just one goal, it's one of these games where we're going to see if that fatigue factor plays any part here in the third period, as see if the Wranglers, who have been slowly wearing down the Brahmas for this game, and the shot count, offensively, physically, if that takes any effect here in the third period and gives the Wranglers a bit of an upper hand. Wranglers have been physical, and Morley Phillips and Jacob Miller, that tandem together has been physical. They've been leading the way, and they had a good chance. Miller gets a shot block, picks his head up, makes a stretch pass to Phillips, streaking up ahead, and Cameron makes a glove save. And then just about a moment later, Gerard stops the Brahmas on a breakaway to keep it a 1-0 game. So it's been a bit of a goaltending battle as well. And Gerard has stopped 17 of 18 through 2 periods, and Cameron has stopped 22 of 22 after 40 minutes of play. So we talked about how in the first intermission and really in the pregame, if you're just joining us, the goals here today, they could end up being a little greasy. They could end up being a little gritty, a little bit unconventional, and we saw that on the Brahmas goal. The Brahmas goal was scored on a screen out in front. I think here today for the Wranglers, they're getting good looks, but I think there have been certain times where they might just be overthinking things. You just got to get the puck on the net. And yesterday, the Wranglers kind of strayed away from that as the game went on. Of course, falling behind on the score doesn't help with that. But here today, I think the Wranglers have done a much better job of keeping a level mind and just getting shots on goal as opposed to yesterday's game. We'll see if the Wranglers try and opt for more of just getting pucks on goal instead of quality opportunities, because, hey, all it takes is one shot to sneak in, tip out and out in front, maybe a save, and the puck is loose, and you stuff it in. Whatever it may be, I think it might be one of those sorts of goals that gets the Wranglers going here offensively and getting a goal on the board here to tie up this game. But so far, Gerard has played great. The Wranglers' defense has done a really good job of keeping things to the outside. The penalty kill looks much better here today. And so as a result of that, we got ourselves a nail-biter here at the Shoebox. And so with that, we'll head to our break here in the intermission. And when we return, we will look at our out-of-town scoreboard and see what's popping in the South Division on a busy Saturday night. This is the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
Have a drink, catch the game, get yourself some awesome wings. It's the place to do your thing. You gotta get down to Hooters. Here she comes, a girl next door, hanging with good friends and more. Come on, what you waiting for? You gotta get down to Hooters. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with FlexTech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, FlexTech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of Quick Connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 PSI, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blow gun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here for you.
AMA Techtel is just first rate. We had a flood here last year. We don't have any internet, we don't have any phones, we have nothing. By the time I got from my house to downtown, AMA Techtel already had a crew of men there. I can't imagine doing business without AMA Techtel. They're that important.
1-0 Brahmas lead as we approach the third period, as we welcome you back to the second intermission report here on the Wranglers Hockey Network. I'm Guy Chiarenza, and let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, what's going on around the South Division. So we'll start over at Blazers Ice Center. Under 2 minutes left to go there. Corpus Christi has taken the lead. A late goal scored by the Ice Rays in the third has them up by 1. So it is Corpus 3, Oklahoma 2. Warriors trying to tie it up and send it to overtime as time dwindling down there. Ice Rays are currently in the second seed in the South Division. Now we'll go over to Edgar County Coliseum, and oh boy, call the fire department over there. We got a barn burner at the Jack Shack, as last time we spoke it was 3-1 Odessa. Now it is 5-5 at the top of the third period. So a laundry list of names there. Ton of scoring over at the Jack Shack, and the Mudbugs and the Jackalopes duking it out over there. It was Shreveport winning 1-0 in a shootout yesterday. Now over at El Paso County Event Center, we'll take a peek at the Rhinos hosting the Grit, who we'll see next week for the first time. And it is the Grits who have a 1-0 lead about midway through the second period. Ben Rakowski scoring with 3:01 left in the first is the only goal in that game, as the Rhinos host Colorado. And so take this moment to take a peek at what's in store next week when the Rhinos do come to town. It'll be the first time that the Wranglers and the Rhinos meet on the season. El Paso's been one of those teams where last season really broke out of the mold, was the surprise team in the South Division. They go all the way to the playoffs, win the play-in series against Oklahoma. Then they end up losing to Shreveport in 5 games. And now in the next season here this year, everybody's wondering, well, what's next for the El Paso Rhinos? Will they take that next step? And so far, the results have been mixed. The Rhinos have been muddling around 500. They're 9-8-0-1 right now, and if they lose to Colorado today, they'll be back down to 500. So sets the stage for a pretty interesting matchup, as the Wranglers haven't seen the Rhinos before this season. And so we'll get a good look at them when they come to the Budweiser Bullpen next weekend. And don't forget about the holiday market on the concourse. And I tell you what, the holiday market is an event that you don't want to miss. It's really a perfect opportunity to get some Christmas gifts for your loved ones, all kinds of vendors on the concourse. And if you are a vendor, make sure to reach out to us. We'll get you hooked up with a table on the concourse. Love to have you there. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I think I might do some holiday shopping myself pregame as the Wranglers meet the Rhinos for the first time this season. And for the Wranglers, they've been dominant on the road to start the season. You're playing on the road here. Well, look at the upcoming schedule. You got the 2 against El Paso at home, and then it is 5 straight on the road. So 2 against Colorado right after Thanksgiving. Go to El Paso December 13th and 14th, And then on the 15th, make a quick stop in Odessa for a one-off before the Wranglers come back home on December 20th and 21st to take on the Colorado Grit. So Wranglers have proven to be road warriors. Good team on the road. Go back home next weekend for some home cooking, and then they'll hit the road again. Care of business here in enemy territory, giving the Brahmas a tough time on home ice. Remember, Lone Star only been outshot 3 times this season. Right now the Wranglers have the edge by 4. They'll start the second period on the power play, and they're giving the defending champs everything they can handle here so far tonight. So that'll do it for the second intermission reports. As coming up next on the Wranglers Hockey Network, third period action from NYTEX Sports Centre. Thank you for tuning in for the second intermission report here from NYTEX.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
Brahmas lead it by a slim margin. 1-0 is the score entering the third period. Wranglers, do they have another magic moment in them? Can they pull out a nail-biter here on the road against the defending champs, the first-place team in the South Division? We're going to find out. We're going to find out what this Wranglers team is made of. And you think about the Wranglers, if they can come back and win this game, this could be one of those defining moments that turns the season around. But they're going to have to prove their worth here in the third, and it all starts with a Wrangler power play. Zach Rizzo in the box to open the third for a penalty roughing that occurred at the end of the second period. Wranglers with a prime opportunity to tie the game up on the man advantage. Andrew Morton with a smile on his face will take the face-off against Charlie Masick as the Wranglers power play looks to tie the score. Puck is dropped, Lone Star has it, and third period action is underway here from NYTEX. Brahmas slam it down for an opening clear, and Sal Serrato will start the charge for the Wranglers. Long pass on time from McGuire, look to cut towards the left side, and the Brahmas are able to get in front of it. Puck goes behind the net. Lone Star pinning it up against the end wall. Sees it chip into the near corner, and they'll lob it out to center and a little bit more as it skitters down to Gerard for a Lone Star clear. So it's Serrato twirling away from the pressure. From his own ends, slides it to the left wing for Gerhard. In open space, he rumbles up ahead. Gerhard on the move. Drives down deep, whacks it over to the right wing for Morton. You field it to the line for Serrato. Drift towards his right. Serrato, a shot into traffic, deflected by McGuire. Not one chance, but two, and both are stopped by Cameron. Serrato keeps the puck in on a clear attempt, and now the puck boomerangs back, and Day will enter on the left side to Morton. And the Wranglers quickly get bottled up there, so they're forced back out the center circle. 45 seconds left on the Wrangler power play. Gerhard glides down the right wing. Button hooks in the corner, loses his balance, gets it up top to Serrato. And a line drive is snagged by Cameron with 34 seconds on the man advantage. What about that play from Gerhard there? Losing his balance, falling on his backside, somehow still gets that puck up to Serrato for a surprise shot that, again, into traffic, is snagged by Cameron. Saw just enough of it to make the save as the second unit comes on. Gerhard family is in attendance as it's a homecoming for Grayson, native of Allen, Texas, not too far from here. As Skeltons plays it in deep, up high, he's got Sinclair, and his shot is eaten up by Cameron. 24 seconds to go on the man advantage. Also got to see the Miller family as well. Saw the Goldberg family yesterday, so There's a lot of parents in attendance here, and it's always good to see the parents. Always a fun time talking to the parents of these great Wranglers. Of course, the Billets, the members of Wrangler Nation, we appreciate everybody who made the trip here to North Richland Hills as the Wranglers cycle it to the middle, and a quick shot by Jacobson off the faceoff is blocked, and the Brahmas will skate it away. Gerard paddles it to the left wing. Jacobson powers forward. He'll gain the red line. Now Brahmas blue. Jacobson on the run, plays it to the middle, and it goes off a stick to the skate of Sable, and the Brahmas heave it out the center, and out of the box comes Rizzo. Stretch pass off line. Rizzo on a wraparound. Tried to beat Gerard out to the puck, but Charles Antoine Gerard got back to make the save. Phillips rims the puck around to the left wing. Jacobson twirls it through the slot and out the other side. Now Lasker charges into the near corner of the Wranglers' end on his forehand. Looks to hand it off to Emerson Mitchell. Or Mitchell Emerson, one of the two. And Wranglers go up ice. It's Wood, a quick shot, and it's stopped by Cameron. Emerson Marshall, my apologies. These jerseys are kind of tough to see here. So you get the white on gray. I'll use my get out of jail free card on that one. It is Wood to take the draw on the near circle. Won by the Brahmas, it's Andrews. Back behind the net to Dampus. Puck escapes the zone, goes by Serrato, and up ahead comes Bergstrom. He's cut off nicely by Hedquist. Serrato back to help out. Leaves it for Hedquist behind the cage, and the Brahmas forecheck. Ends up getting nothing done there. But they do pound it back in to Gerard. Apollon picks up speed, gains the red line, flings it towards Cameron, who will play the puck to the right wing. As Lone Star volleys out to center, and the puck goes into their bench with 16:32 to go in the third. Got Morton, McGuire, and Gerhard line back out there. Brahmas win the draw. They'll shuffle down the left wing. Capello angles it to the corner for Masick, centering feed. Instead goes behind the net and onto the tape of Gerhard. Brahmas get it back. They'll center for Capello, and the puck is swindled away by McGuire. He'll charge up ice, get boxed out by Lone Star. That was Dobes making the play, and so McGuire and the Wranglers forced to backtrack. Capello forces a steal. Capello on the near wing. It's bodied up by two Wranglers. Morton crashing in, shakes the puck free. Sinclair will jolt it to the blue line and out of the zone. And so the Brahmas will cycle the puck around a bit as the Wranglers get a change. Lone Star slithers down the right wing, looks to center the puck, and it goes between the circles and eventually is punched out by Breyer. And it will be an icing on the Wranglers. 4:29 into the third. And the shot count, 27-19 in favor of the Wranglers. So Amarillo done a really nice job of putting pucks on net here today. And you put into perspective how good the Wranglers have been at getting shots on goal. One, they've outshot the Brahmas here, a rare occurrence, but they've also gone well above the Brahmas shots against average here today, which is only 23 shots against per game. And they've held the Brahmas, a team that takes 29.1 shots on average, to just 19 so far. Brahmas twirl the puck around to the near wall. Wranglers shake it free. They'll wind it in to the left of Gerard. As Sinclair has it, the former Pueblo Bull will bank it off the far wall. They'll return it to him. They'll go across this time to Breyer. They'll go back to the left wing for Oleslav. Puck on his stick, feeds it to the middle, takes a check after distributing the puck, and Lone Star catapults the puck out of play. 5:02 into the third. We get a new puck. Face off to the left of Cameron on the near circle. Jacobson will take it. He'll send the puck on its way to the near corner. It is collected by Rizzo. Brushed up ahead and getting the work is Marshall. Got it that time, but not for long. As the Wranglers exit the zone. Charging ahead is Day into enemy territory. Drops it beneath the line for Jacobson. On his forehand, centers, all alone is piping in. And this shot is blocked away by Cameron. The rebound was loose on the right circle. And the Brahmas are able to pick it up and heave it away. Puck held in at the left point. Nice kick there by Pipin. What a shift he's having. Brahmas get the puck back. And they'll play it to the right wing, and all alone is Lone Star, and they score! It's Ryan Komashok on the run, and for the second straight game, he scores. And Lone Star has a 2-0 lead. And that's a back-breaking play for the Wranglers. A real kick in the teeth, if you will, because they had been doing everything right. And they just get stymied by Cameron. No puck luck to boot. And it's the Brahmas going the other way. A bang-bang play. Home run pass connects. Komashok with a lot of room to roam. Charges in towards Gerard. Finds the back of the net for the game's second score. And it is Lone Star with a 2-0 lead with 14:08 to go in the third. So it is a tough thing to do to come back in any kind of game, but it's really a tough thing to do to come back against this Lone Star team that is so stout defensively. But we'll see what this Wranglers team is made of as they win the ensuing draw.
Time to go, 5:52 in the third. Again, Brahmas goal by 16, Komashok. The assist to 64 last year. Time of the goal, 5:52.
And here comes Komashok again over the blue line. Swats at it, pop fly, gloved down by Serrato. Streaking in his prior to Komashok in between the circles is Tez. And turning that aside on the backhand try is Gerard. Puck is wedged into the Brahma zone. Right beneath the Brahmaland mural. Lone Star able to skate free. As moving upwards is Andrews. Connects with Tess on the left wing. He'll spin away, get checked by Phillips. A thunderous hit, and the Wranglers have the puck back. Serrato will lift it into Brahma territory and head to the bench. Bergstrom exits with a chop up ahead looking for Pikkinen. Klassen muscles it into Wrangler territory, and his shot goes out of play with 13:01 to go in the third. So, it is the Wood, Apollon, and Davis line out there for the Wranglers, with Sinclair and Whited as the two defensemen. Anthony Capella will take this draw against Wood on the near circle. Noah Wood can't weasel it away, and a quick shot by Masick is shut down by Gerard. Wood escapes from a pile up, bursts down the right wing, gets hit up high. I believe that was a high stick on Wood. He's checking for blood. Looks like the referee didn't see it. And so we play on. It's Lone Star driving into the Wranglers' end. Rizzo off the corner wall and in deep. He'll swipe it over to the near side for Kerr. Pass from low to high is picked off by Davis, and he will ice the puck with 12:24 to go. And And that was one that they just missed. Noah Wood came barreling down the right wing, got stood up by a Brahma, and the stick came parallel to his face and caught him, looked like right beneath the nose. And so for Wood, yeah, he has to stay out there because of the icing, so he'll take this next draw. Meanwhile, for Lone Star, Vladimir Sable will take this face-off. And off the tie-up, Sable and the Brahmas come away with it. Is at the point, it's Dampus. Over to the right wing, shot by Eisenberg, kicked away by Gerard, held in by the Brahmas. As on the left wing, it's Marshall, quick shot, and that is stopped. The whistle blew. Wranglers took offense to that shot being taken, although it was right around when the whistle blew. And so Divine Apollon in the corner. There is Noah Wood jousting with Sable. Man, he is barking some words at him. Noah Wood not happy. And he has every right to be. As I believe it was Sable that caught him up high on that play. Both guys will go to the bench. And on comes the Morton, McGuire, Gerhard line. We got to come up with a name for that line. You know what? I'm going to start taking fan submissions on that. If anybody has a name that they want to call this line for how good they've been, go ahead and give me a suggestion. Otherwise, on the bus ride home, I'll have to come up with something. It's a neutral zone draw.
Come on, Brahma, let's make some noise.
Brahmas win it. They'll swing it around to the far wall. Driving deeper is Pryor. Move it to the right circle for a quick try that is shut down by Gerard. And now puck goes up into the air. It's batted down. Looked like that was played with a high stick, but we keep moving. Gerard will paddle it on his backhand off the end wall, and somehow, some way, it works its way over to Gerhard on the left wing. Sinclair snaps it up, looking for Morton. Brahmas fish it away. Is Tess, gains the Wrangler line, drops it off. Here's Bergstrom curling in the far corner. On his forehand, darts back down deeper. Brahmas burrowing their way in deep, centering pass, shot is blocked by Morton and sent on its way back out to center ice. Gerard out to play the puck. Softly taps it over to the left wing. Gerhard in control. Rolls it back as Breyer, taking his time here, will survey the scene and start the next Wrangler breakout. He'll snap it into the attacking zone, and that's going to be an icing on the Wranglers with 10:49 in the third. Looked like Breyer is trying to pelt the puck off of one of his teammates' stick, or at least to hit something to get that puck in the zone, but instead it goes clean all the way down, and so that's an icing on the Wranglers. And the draw will be to the right of Gerard. For Charles-Antoine Gerard, he's played a good game here today, as he has stopped 21 of 23. Most recent goal coming from Ryan Kamashok. First one scored by Kumlin on a screen as the Brahmas off the face-off. Look to dig deeper into the Wrangler end. They're stood up at the half wall. Capello now from the corner. Jolts it to the goal line. Brahmas keeping it for the moment, although Serrato taking up a couple stabs at it. And now finally, the puck is forced out. They'll clash for it at the red line. Turning up ice is Klassen. He'll lift it to the left wing for Capello. He'll stop, hold, find a trailer for a shot that goes over the goal. The rebound is loose. Gerard sprawling out, makes the save. And I don't even know if he knew where that puck was, but he got it, and the Wranglers escape. And now, time stops with 10:06 to go. We got a penalty coming here. And it's taking a little bit to uncover the pile-up over on the far wall. Anthony Capello, the Brahma team leader in penalty minutes with 42. We'll tack on 2 more as he goes to the box. And looks like Alexander Oleslov will join him. So it's holding to Oleslov. Looks like high sticking to Capello, and looks like we're going to go 4-on-4. Now I guess holding to Capello, roughing to Oleslov. So either way, it's a 4-on-4 here. 10:06 to go in the third, and with some open space, we'll see what the Wranglers can do. On the right wing, it's Serrato holding it, shooting, and a blocker save is made by Cameron. Loose puck, it's piping in, burrowing behind the net. Puck on edge in the near corner, works its way up to the line. Serrato battling there with Tess as the puck is centered for Kamashok. Here he goes, and he scores. So Ryan Kamashok double dips, and the Brahmas lead by 3. .943 left in the third. Kamashok's got his second of the game. And it comes 4-on-4. So it looked like the Wranglers had a good chance off the face-off to start 4-on-4. Serrato in open space had a chance, and then Brahmas just pushing the narrative on the near wing. Able to get it to center, and then Kamashok with his speed streaks up ahead. They get the puck to him. He drives the net, and that's all. So it's now a 3-goal hole for the Wranglers. And things get a little bit tougher here. We'll try and climb out of this game with a win. We'll see what this Wranglers team is made of on the other side of the break. It's the Brahmas 3 and the Wranglers nothing with 9:39 left in the third. We'll be back in just a moment with a word from our local sponsors.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here for you.
They're getting loud here in Brahma land. Their team is up by 3. It's Lone Star 3, Amarillo nothing. Still 4-on-4 for the next minute and 25 as the Brahmas have the puck from their own end. They'll skate it up ahead, trying to advance the narrative. Instead, the Wranglers bottle them up at the blue line, and Skeltons will deal it over to Sinclair as the Wranglers look to get on the board here. Skeltons motors to the red line. Chips it forward, intended for McGuire. He'll wheel it around to the far corner where Dobes will handle. He'll chop it up to Eisenberg. And he will skate out of his own zone. The Air Force commit drops it over to Bergstrom. He'll slither down the wall. Try and drop it up to Pitkinen, and the Brahmas keep possession as 2 Wranglers were there. Brahmas continue to go up and down the wall. Now in the high slot, they'll play it to the left wing for Bergstrom. And now in the near corner, Sinclair able to strip the puck away And the Wranglers have it with 8:30 to go in the third. Day gains the red line, stops in front of the Brahmas bench, relays it back to Serrato, who's feeling some pressure from Camden Pryor. Serrato around the net, leaves it for Hedquist, and here he goes. He gains some steam. Hedquist from the red line. Scoots the puck around to the near wall for Wood. Wood beneath the goal line, gets boxed out of the puck by the Brahmas. Almost Love and Capello out of the box as Lone Star starts a breakout. Rizzo on the left wing, curls at the half wall. Wranglers are there to meet him. Hedquist catapults the puck out to the neutral zone where it'll be gathered by Capello. Pass in the middle is intercepted by Phillips. Wanted to go up ice, but the Brahmas quickly caught up to him, and so the Wranglers are forced to dump it in and chase. Left wing, centering pass. Phillips has got it, and his shot goes off the end wall. From low to high, Serrato gets tripped up at the line. Arm is raised, delayed penalty, Gerard to the bench. So Breyer has it. He'll leave it for Serrato. They'll gain the red line, get boxed up at the blue, and the Brahmas touch up with 7:11 to go in the third. So the Wranglers will get their third power play chance of the game. It is the No, it is the fourth. Well, excuse me. My apologies. It is their fourth chance of the game. They're 0 for 3 so far. As going to the box is Charlie Masick, 2 for tripping. And the Wranglers looking for really something, anything here to get them in this game. And it kind of feels like with the Brahma lead being 3, the Wranglers need a goal here on this power play. Otherwise, it's a very steep mountain to climb. So it's Day from the half wall up to the line, and the puck skittered over the stick of Serrato and out of the zone. Long pass on time for McGuire. He's got Morton in motion. Down the right wing he goes. He'll curl in the corner, play it to Day. He works it up to Serrato at the line. Serrato back to Day, right circle shot, and it screeches by the ear of Cameron, off his glove and out of play. With 28 seconds gone by on the Wrangler power play. Morton will take the face-off against Tess. Puck goes into the corner, around to the far side, and the Brahmas heave it all the way down for another clear. Serrato angles to the left wing for Day. Off the wall, he'll go down. McGuire will jolt it up to the line, and the Brahmas get a stick in there as well, and they'll sail it all the way down for another clear. So now the Wranglers are down to just 1 minute on the power play. And time not on their side, on the clock as well, as we're approaching 6 minutes to go in the third. Down by 3, here's Serrato, leaving it for Phillips. Tries to blast it down deeper, instead it goes to Serrato. On the right wing, he connects with Morton. Back to Serrato in the high slot. Over to Skelton's left side shot into traffic, and it was sneaking its way back door, and the Wranglers couldn't get a stick on it. Up at the line, Serrato fakes the shot, holds and shoots, goes off a leg and wide of Cameron. Now Skelton's finds Phillips on the far wing. Puck jumbles up to Serrato. He'll dig his way down the left side, look to center, and the Brahmas are able to sniff that out and clear. We get a whistle here with 5:25 to go in the third and 14 seconds left on the Wrangler power play.
Again, this reminder, these special edition Navy jerseys will be on sale tomorrow afternoon starting at 5 o'clock at the team store. $159 plus tax. Get your very own Brahmas jersey.
They will duel for the puck in front of the Brahmas bench. Carl Jacobson On the faceoff, gets it to Oleslav. He tries to power his way forward, trying to grind down the left wing wall, but Lone Star able to fish it away. Shovel it all the way down to Gerard, and that is it for the Wrangler power play. So with 5:10 left to go in the third, Lone Star still has a 3-0 lead. Wranglers will angle the puck in. Rizzo met by a cluster of Wranglers. Brahmas able to skate away from that pile, and up ahead goes Kerr. On the right wing, gets boxed away by Day, and he throws a big hit on Kumlin to boot. As the puck goes to the Brahma ends. Wranglers on the right wing have it once more. It's Day, toe drag, can't get a shot off. Is back in defensive position was Dampus. Now Sinclair from the line, flutters one towards the goal, that's knocked away. Brahmas from the far wing, lob it up ahead, on time for Kerr. Toe drag shot, and a kick save is made by Gerard. Wranglers burst the puck out the center. Now Sinclair has it in his own end. 4:12 to go in the third. Puck skitters in on Cameron. He keeps play moving. Hedquist crashing in on the left wing, keeps the puck in the zone, and behind the play, a hit was thrown on Dampus by Phillips, and that is going to be a penalty against the Wranglers. And so the Brahmas will go to the power play with 4:01 left in regulation. So, not ideal for the Wranglers. They're going to need some kind of magic here. Come back in this game. Otherwise, we are looking at Lone Star picking up 4 points on the weekend. Boarding is the call against Phillips. And Lone Star gets to work on the man advantage. From the line, it's Tess. The Kamashak, back to Tess, over to Kamashak, high to low it goes. Capello shoots and scores. From the bottom of the right circle, Anthony Capello stuffs it in. And the Brahmas get a power play goal to make it a 4-0 hockey game. So what had been a quiet weekend for Anthony Capello is no more. He scores on the power play for Lone Star, making it 8 straight games with a PPG for the Brahmas. And that pretty much puts this one to rest with 3:45 left in the third. Tess and Kamashak get the assists. So it's a 3-point night for Ryan Kamashak to the tune of 2 goals and 1 assist. Tess has 2 apples, and Capello gets on the board to make it a 4-0 Brahma lead. Sinclair from the red line flutters it down. Cameron plays it. In the far corner, it's a Pollitt. Corner to corner. An open space. Dampus has it pinned up against the wall. Make that Lasker. 64, not 24. Wranglers trying to squeeze away with the puck. They do for the moment. Wood throws a nice reverse hit on McCowan. And the Brahmas will go up ahead. Dampus on the right wing. To the goal. Save made by Gerard in close quarters as he smothers the rebound with 3:06 to go. Line change on both sides as the Wranglers look to pick up some kind of momentum, something heading into next week's matchup against El Paso. As it currently stands, the Rhinos are still down 1-0 to the Grit after 2 periods of play. Jackson Mudbugs in overtime tied at 6. And the Ice Rays beat the Warriors 4-3 in overtime. As the Brahmas cut towards the goal, Gerard makes a quick save. And now Shelton's will twirl the puck up to the left point where it's held in by Andrews. From high to low he goes. Picking in behind the net. On his forehand, leaves it. Shot out in front. Connects with Bergstrom, back door, doesn't shoot. Waits in the corner, centers it to the high slot, picking in to the right wing. Brahmas out in front. And on the loose puck, Skelton's, the Latvian, is able to play it out to the neutral zone. Picking in from the near wall. Skates over his own blue line, looks to tap it up ahead for Kumlin. Out of his reach, no icing as Whited moves it corner to corner for Hedquist. Up ahead, he's got Day, and he gets clobbered in the neutral zone. Little close hanger kind of play. Thankfully, he springs back up to his feet. That was a pretty high hit there. Oleslov down low, looking to center it. Brahmas squirm away, pounded off the near wall and out the center. Gerard behind the net will leave it for Hedquist. He'll pick his head up, survey the scene. Launched up ahead, long pass. Offline for Day, the Brahmas were able to work it free. And now they dump it beneath the goal line. Look to center for Sable. Broken up nicely by Oleslov. As Hedquist played to Jacobson in deep. 1:20 to go in the third. Up ahead, Day gains the red line. Bullies his way to the left. And the Wranglers are offside with 1:15 to go in the third. Neutral zone faceoff. Noah Wood will take it against Saxton Tess. And Wood wins it. Vine Apollon swings it up ahead. Boomerangs back to him at the red line. They'll joust for it. Lone Star skies it to the Wrangler blue line where it's settled down by Nolan Davis. For Breyer, off the stick of Apollon. Into the Brahma end it goes. Andrews collects it. Rolls out to the near side. Wranglers bottle it up for the moment as play reverses to the opposite side. Now in the neutral zone, Sheltons gets a stick on it, plays it into the Brahmas zone with 43 seconds to go. Long lob, on time for Lone Stars. It's Pryor on the left wing to the middle, toe drag, curve, backhand try, and a nice stop by Gerard. In the waning moments of the third, Gerard gets a big stop. Now it's Tess, knifing his way to the middle to his forehand. And he is knocked out the puck by Davis. 20 seconds to go. Brahmas pinning up against the far half wall. Time dwindling down. And looks like they're just going to let this go. And so, that is all. Your final score, the Lone Star Brahmas 4 and the Amarillo Wranglers nothing. When we come back on the Wranglers Hockey Network, we'll wrap this one up from NYTEX with Wranglers Postgame Live. Don't go anywhere, we will be back in 30 seconds. But first, a message from our local sponsors.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here for you.
Final score from NYTEX Sports Centre. The defending champions take care of business this weekend as they get all 4 points up for grabs. They win it 4-0 here today. As we'll recap the scoring for you here, as getting it started late in the first period, 1 minute to go, Elias Kumlin scores with a screen out in front of Gerard. Puck sneaks through, Lone Star has a 1-0 lead. No scoring in the second period. To the third period we go. Although at that point the Wranglers were outshooting the Brahmas by I believe 4. And in the third period, Lone Star kind of broke away. It was Ryan Kamashok on a quick play driving towards the net. Scores 5:51 into the third to make it a 2-0 Lone Star lead. Then Kamashok adds another one on a 4-on-4 on what was kind of a similar looking play. Using his speed, driving towards the net, makes it a 3-0 game. And then to finish it all off, 3:45 left on the clock. Anthony Capello on the power play seals the deal at a 4-0 hockey game final score. So that's the story in this game, and it's a night where the Wranglers look to make a statement, look to come in, get a win against the defending champs, and it ends up being a Lone Star 4-0 victory. And that's tough. That's a tough thing to swallow if you're the Wranglers, especially in a game where it felt like they did so many good things. It felt like they were really, really close to breaking through at moments. The penalty kill, much better today, going 2 for 3. But the power play goes 0 for 4, and the Wranglers, obviously the glaring issue is they don't score, and they don't score at all this weekend. So you think about the Wranglers coming to NYTEX, and keep in mind, this is a Lone Star Brahma team that has been very good defensively, not just against the Wranglers, but against really any team in the league. Lowest goals against average by far this season, and about 1.5. That figure's certainly going to go down with another shutout here today as Ryan Cameron picks up his second. Shots were even at 29 apiece, so it's a 29-save shutout for Ryan Cameron. And Wranglers come in, don't score a goal this weekend against 2 different goaltenders. Spicer and Cameron seem to be the cream of the crop here so far in the league this season. But nonetheless, especially when it looked like the Wranglers had some really good chances, they just could not find a way to put the puck in the back of the net. And it's a glaring issue for the Wranglers this weekend that I think it got exposed by a really good defensive team. What the Brahmas were able to do, they were able to really neutralize the Wranglers' top line. We saw some good things from the second line, Day, Olislov, and Jacobson. Flashes from that third line with Miller and Phillips. But, I mean, all in all, I think it just kind of proved that, the Wranglers got a lot of scoring from their top line, and it came in spurts against Odessa. It looked like they were going to break through. They were going to start getting some scoring from their bottom 6. We saw Phillips get some goals. We saw Miller start to score, and then it kind of just disappears here at NYTEX Sports Centre. And I think that's the difference when you're playing a team like Odessa that, not to knock on them, but they're towards the bottom of the standings. And when you're playing Lone Star, a team towards the top, and you got to find a way to score against these top teams. You got to find a way to score against teams like Lone Star. And for right now, the Wranglers just seem to not be able to do it. They just can't find a way to solve the puzzle. And it looked like they had the pieces there. They were starting to put pieces together, but it just doesn't click. And so for the Wranglers, we're going to see what happens next weekend as El Paso comes to town. We'll see the Rhinos for the first time on Friday and Saturday. Get your tickets at panhandletickets.com. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this Wranglers lineup heading into that game against El Paso, because, the first line has been great, right? And when they don't get shut down, they've been supplying the scoring for the Wranglers. But throughout the rest of the lineup, the following 9 forwards, I think we're going to see Taylor Harnett and this coaching staff really start to really move pieces around to try and get some guys to click and get some chemistry going, because right now the Wranglers just have not been able to score. And you think about that 7-5 game against Odessa, well, now that's looking more like an outlier, especially with the outcome coming here this weekend. So unfortunately for the Wranglers, they end the weekend with more questions than answers. We'll see what happens next week for El Paso. And, it's tough because I thought that Gerard played a pretty good game for the Wranglers. He made some great saves to keep him in it, but it just seems like the Brahmas always find a way. They always find a way to get that first goal. They always find a way to hold that lead, and they always find a way to give you a little bit, to give you some confidence. Like the Wranglers, again, like I said, had some things going. They had some mojo going, and then and somehow just find a way to take it all away. And so the Brahmas end up getting the 4-0 victory on home ice, and the Wranglers will head back home to host the Rhinos. That'll do it for us here on Wranglers Postgame Live. Again, shot count even, 29 apiece. Wranglers 0 for 4 in the power play, 2 for 3 in the penalty kill. Game-winning goal belongs to Elias Kumlin, the Brahmas hero of the weekend. And of course, 29 safe shutout for Ryan Cameron. And your final score, Lone Star 4, Amarillo 0. I'd like to give a big thank you to the crew here at NYTEX Sports Centre for all their hard work this weekend. It's our last time here at NYTEX on the season. Next time we'll see the Brahmas is on December 27th at the Budweiser Bullpen, as the next 4 matchups will be at home. So, big thank you to the crew, and must be a big thank you to you, the viewer, for hanging out with us here this weekend on the Wranglers Hockey Network. We'll see you again next weekend on Friday at the Bullpen, 7:15 puck drop, called a 7 o'clock pregame show. We'll see you there on the Wranglers Hockey Network. I'm Guy Chiarenza saying good night and so long from NYTEX Sports Center, as once again, the Brahmas win it 4-0. Thank you for watching this presentation.